squads to meet on the field. This matchup is going to be...
This is Les Schwab Tires Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by the U.S. Army.
Welcome to Mineral King Bowl. We are here to start Season 10 of Friday Night Rivals with a great matchup. Dinuba Emperors against the Redwood Rangers. Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by HR Mobile. Call HR Mobile Services for all your human resource needs. Ralph Wood along with Vince Wesson, soon to be joined by Kevin Miller. Let's talk about this, Vince. Season 10, the debut. Everything's new and shiny.
It just flew. It didn't it? Wasn't it our first game, Madera versus Madera South? Wasn't that yesterday? 10 years, and we are having fun, and it's going to be great fun tonight. Look at this crowd and feel this atmosphere.
A homecoming for Redwood head coach Kevin Sharp.
Yeah, 18 years at Dinuba, and now he's decided to go back to his alma mater here at Redwood. Carlos Barajas takes over at Dinuba. He's been there since 2000. I asked both coaches, since they know each other so well, will this be an inter squad?
They do know each other inside out. Coach Barajas said he knows Coach Sharton like the back of his hand. He told me that yesterday. Let's talk about some of the players to watch, starting with the Emperors of Dinuba.
Well, let's go through the order. First, there was Marcus McNarian. Before that, there was David Rico. Well, they got a guy now by the name of Josh Magana, another 3-year starter. He is the point guard that makes them go. An outstanding player. He shined last year versus Edison. I expect a big game tonight from Josh Magana.
Ronnie Rubacava is a guy who does everything.
Ronnie Rubacava, he's the most exciting thing since Wimpy's, the burger drive-in next to Dinuba. He is a slash-type player, meaning he's a cover corner. They'll put him at safety. He returns kicks. He returns punts. He does it all for Dinuba. Keep your eyes on R-squared, as I like to call him, Ronnie Rubacava.
Dinuba's played a game. This will be the season debut for Redwood. Let's talk about some of their guys.
Well, let me use some of my daughter's vernacular. The T is they got some dudes, and they got some big dudes, I'm telling you. And we'll start with the tight end and Sam Olson. 6'4", about 220, outstanding pass receiver, and everybody knows this. When you're dealing with the Kevin Sharton team, you're going to see Y corners. You're going to see Ys to the flats. You're going to see boot passes involving the tight end. Kevin Sharton knows how to use his tight end, and he's got a good one in Sam Olson.
A good one on defense.
Oh, boy, they got one that is a good one. The WYL Player of the Year, and that's Hudson Walker. And I'm telling you, folks, this guy is the real deal. The thing with Olson and the thing with Walker tonight, not only am I going to call the game, not only am I going to keep their eye on them, but I talked to a lot of college scouts last night and some colleagues, and they want an evaluation. So I will be evaluation. I'll have a real keen eye on Walker and Olson. They are some dudes.
As you might imagine, emotion on both sides for this game. What are your keys?
Keys to the game, well, Kevin Sharton couldn't talk enough about his defensive line. If you're Dinuba and you're going to do that play action stuff, well, you got to control the line. You've got to run against a very, very good defensive line. And then for Redwood, a whole lot of firsts, okay? It's the first game of the year, the first game that's on TV. A lot of firsts for players that didn't play last year. Everybody knows you make your most improvement from the first to second game. However, this is Redwood's first game. They can't afford to be sloppy.
Rangers really anxious to get this one underway, and so are we. We're coming back with the kickoff after this.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Roger Kelly was a true blue.
Tonight's first quarter is sponsored by Bowman & Associates Insurance Company. Protect your crops, protect your livelihood. Great atmosphere tonight, just the beginning of the Valley High School football season. The Rangers onto the field. This is Redwood's season opener.
Yeah, and you kind of expect this season opener, new coach, new beginnings, new atmosphere. So Redwood did a great job of turning out, but I am impressed. Look at all those folks from Dinuba that made the trip. Could have easily said, well, it's on TV, but no, they're going to do like everyone should. They're taping the game, and they're coming here live. So a lot of props go out to Dinuba.
We have done a game in Dinuba, so you know that they love their Emperor football.
They love their imp. Imping ain't easy, as I like to say. Imping ain't easy. They love their imps. Thanks a lot to principals Matt Shin and Andrew Pop. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Looking forward to this year.
Our officials tonight, the referee is Rich McClellan. The umpire is Ben Vaccaro. The head linesman is Joseph Ferreira. The line judge is Vic Armstead. The back judge is John Lee. You imagine the emotions that Kevin Sharton's been feeling. I mean, he's known that this game is coming for a long time, but, you know, the place where you built a program, won 9 league titles, and your first game, it has to turn out this way.
Well,
first game as head coach at your alma mater is against that school.
But when I talked to Sharton, a lot of his decision had to go with he did not leave the cupboards bare. There is a lot of talent returning on that Dinuba team, so he thought it was the right time to go. It would have been different if everybody graduated and you decided to move on, but there was just too much talent left there.
Emperor's head coach, Carlos Barajas, who was a longtime assistant under Sharton, admitted to me that, he left him in pretty good shape to come over here.
Yeah.
Time now to bring in the third member of our broadcast team. Let's go downstairs to Kevin Miller.
Back again for season 10. You heard the key for Dinuba is they got to hold that Redwood D line. But hey, man, there's nobody going to hold this squad back, the super squad. Why? Because this is Friday night. Rangers of Redwood! Let's go! Perfect 10, season 10. Go Rangers! Now B-Dub, back to you. Yeah.
Wendy's is proud to sponsor the Hot and Juicy Sideline Reports with Kevin Miller.
Look at that student body. Are they ready to go or what?
Captains are meeting at midfield. Redwood's deferred.
You know, they gave a moment of silence to Roger Kelly, former Ranger coach here.
Yes. Legend.
Legend is the only way to put it. Roger Kelly was here from 1969 to 1988. won the Valley Championship in 1973, going 12-0. Had two great players, George Freitas, Skip Charter, the quarterback. He won it in 1982, 11-2. Repeated in 1983, 11-2. Had a quarterback by the name of Adam Muniz. Great player he was. All in all, 6 WIL titles, and he was runner-up in 1978. Of course, runner-up to that great Mount Whitney team with Lupe Sanchez, Mose Barr, and Michael Young and that crew. So Roger Kelly, what a gentleman. I mean, what a great coach. Everything you want to talk about him on the field, he was even better. Off the field, a tribute to Redwood legend Roger Kelly. And as we start this year, once again, I got to thank Bob Barnett for pulling up all those facts. You guys obviously know I can't roll them off the top of my head, but I got the Central Section historian working for me, and that's Bob Barnett. Anybody that's ever made a free throw that's fielded a ground ball or caught a pass, I think Bob Barnett has you in his book somewhere. So thanks for Bob Barnett being a part of Friday Night Rivals again. I'm ready for some football. Are we ready? Are we ready?
We're ready, and Redwood's going to kick it off. Reed Terry will kick. The deep backs, number 2 will be Brian Campbell. Number 21 will be Ronnie Rubacaba.
Yeah, and Rubacaba's the guy I talked about, and Campbell, the guy I called Soup last year. Both very explosive. You'll see them on both sides of the football doing some damage. Ooh, look at that picture. Boy, we are in HD.
This is a JR Sports kickoff, ramming over the competition. Campbell, 20. Across the 30 to about the 32, maybe the 33-yard line. And we'll get a look at Josh Magana, the quarterback.
There's Kimball. Almost found the seam there.
And you talked to Kevin Sharton, and you know he probably told you what he told me. He raves about the quarterback he left behind.
Yeah, Josh. Just talked so much positive about him. And like again, he said he was just such a great kid, and got to see Josh, talk to him a little at the Fresno State camp this summer, and they're expecting big things from him. Looks like he's grown a little too, put on a little weight, so he must be hitting that weight room.
They'll throw on first down.
Already out and running.
Pass is complete for a gain of about 4.
Okay, watch there's going to be a battle going on as we watch this. Nice little zip right through there. I like the way he keeps the ball up. One guy missed. Good job of Redwood pursuing to the football. Tackle it. Game within the game is left tackle Isaiah Trevino going against Hudson Walker. Okay, so there's the game within the game. Watch those two up top, although they will move Hudson around. Now he's at the bottom of your screen right there, and they run away from him.
Magana, the keeper, to the 39. Be about 4 yards short of a first down.
Big down here.
There was movement, and here come the flags. Brought to you by Midland Tractor.
False start on the offense.
Here's a look at the offense for the Emperors.
Again, Isaiah Torres going against Walker. That ought to be fun. But there's some other guys on that defensive front that Dinuba's going to have to take care of.
And they'll be coming on 3rd and long. Pressured. Magana will be dropped. In on the tackle, number 95, Nathan Ibarra.
And here they come up the middle there on the blitz there, and just ran out of time. Excellent job. Good call by the defense there on Redwood. Blitz. Magana stepped up in the pocket, but just didn't have enough time.
Dinuba will punt. Malachi Aguiar is back deep. And the punt goes out of bounds. Inside the 40 at about the 37-yard line. There's an injured player back at the 20-21-yard line. I believe that's the punter.
I didn't think they got to him. Otherwise, it'd be a roughing the kicker call. So maybe he just cramped up. We are still in the midst of a hot summer.
Yeah, I cramped up just coming up the stairs here.
Well, I'm loaded up with Gatorade here. I think it might just be a cramp. Well, maybe he hit it wrong.
In the green polo, that is Carlos Barajas, the head coach. And this is new technology, of course. Now, after you've done the work on the field, you come back and see the grades.
Yeah. Amazing. Look, they got all the defensive fronts they ran. It just
doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, unbelievable. Okay, Ryan Rios won the starting job over a couple candidates there. I already talked about Sam Olsen from the start. Look at big number 74, Aaron Garcia. They're expecting big things from him this year. And, of course, Brian Brown, the track guy, came to Kevin Sharton to say that he wanted to play football. So Kevin Sharton got about 5 or 6 of those that weren't in the program that decided to come out once Kevin Sharton took over. And this looks like Dinuba of last year. Pro set formation. They're going to run ISO, power, and there's counter right there. Nothing going on. Too much pursuit, and there's our guy, Rubicava.
Diamond Davis was the ball carrier, but you're right. Well defended.
Holding. Offense. 55.
Midland tractor flag on the play.
And this is your worst nightmare if you're Kevin Sharton. Remember, this is your first game. First games tend to be sloppy that way. Okay, defensively, couldn't talk enough about Johnny Garcia and the enthusiasm he brings to this football team on the defensive side of the ball. Last year, it was big play Ray Alvarado that was the stud on the defensive line. This year, they're going to look and find the leadership from Johnny Garcia, who's got one of the best high school nicknames I've heard. Turkey,
and he wanted to make sure that that we got that out there.
Yeah.
His nickname is Turkey, and it was just something that they gave to him when he was young, and he's just stuck. James Richardson, ball carrier.
So I asked Barajas, why Turkey? Gives the nickname Turkey. He goes, well, I'm not sure. I'll look it up for you. He sends me a text. He's got 3 different reasons why they call him Turkey. I said, I'm not going to read all those.
Well, you did better than I did.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give me
Yeah, I'll trust you. We'll just call him Turkey. We don't need the evolution of Turkey. Quick hitter there. Little trap action.
The pass is complete. Christian Roldan trying to elude a defender, thrown forward at about the 40. Ryan Rios is the quarterback. He's a senior and he's a lefty.
Yeah, nice little zip, pitch and catch. Roldan, there's been a lot of names. You can go back to his grandpa. They were all outstanding track athletes here at Redwood High School, and there's another Roldan that decided to come out, play some football, and is doing well for Coach Sharton. But long history of Roldans in this Redwood High School athletic program.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Richardson.
And Richardson already carried the ball on a quick trap here. And he likes what he sees. I'm talking about Coach Chardwell. Likes what he sees in Richardson. About 5'5", 167, but quick. That's the only way to describe him as quick. So both teams stall it out on the first one. Go to do a punt formation. Good defense. And you might expect that since both teams, same coaches, same type offenses.
Sam Olsen punts it away. Rubalcaba gets away from it, takes a bounce inside the 30, inside the 20 to about the 19. Immediately following this game, you can watch the Masters of Illusion's big stage, only on the CW 59. Dinuba will begin the second offensive possession from the 19.
Yeah, like I said, look at that crowd that showed up for Dinuba. Representing, got the pearl whites going. Yeah, ready for some football. Lost their first game 49-42 to Porterville. We're going to see Porterville later in the year.
And had a 42-21 lead.
And just couldn't run it out, he said. Ran out of gas, couldn't run the football and keep it away from the other team.
And they try to run it on that play, and it goes nowhere. Across the 15, that's going to be a loss of about 3. So the Rangers look defensively.
And look at the guys up front. Korea's at linebacker. Carino, Ibarra, Rangel, and we've already talked about Walker. And without question, that was a strong point that Kevin Sharton talked about. Carino, Ibarra, Rangel to go along with Walker. And we've already seen Ibarra mixing it up.
Fakes one way, goes the other, and it's tipped, deflected.
Look at him in the hip hops.
That was Walker.
And that had yardage written all over it. I like the execution. Problem is, sometimes you just can't account for a guy 6'4" and going up on the ladder that way. Great execution, and I think they would have had some yards if it wasn't for Walker and getting that big frame up there. Watch him get up there. They got it all lined up there, had a couple blocks in front, and make one guy miss, you might have had something. But there it is. Sometimes it's not about Franks and it's not about X's and O's, it's about Franks and Joes. And there's Walker showing his athleticism.
3rd down and 12. Magana looking deep down this near sideline. There's contact along the sideline. It is incomplete. Intended receiver was Brian Campbell, trying to get a flag, but there's nothing there. So the punting team is out for Dinuba. Interesting. Some refs might have called that, some refs might have not. I guess that's the best way to put it that way. Looked like he was riding him out of bounds. And remember, in high school football, it doesn't have to be a catchable pass. It could be thrown 30 yards out of bounds or whatever the situation is. You can't ride the guy out of bounds. That one was very close. Good to see Duran is back in there. He's going to punt. It's blocked, deflected partially out to the 45 near midfield, but somebody got a piece of that one. It rolls dead short of the 50.
And they were close last time, and this time they got it.
Putting a lot of pressure on him. We'll be back with more. It's scoreless in the first right after this. Carroll King Bowl and Redwood takes over from the 49 and going backwards. In on the tackle for loss, that's Jacob Avila, number 7. Sniffed it out, stuck with it, a loss of 5.
Easy call there, and Avila just seek and destroyed on that one. Redwood looks they just look a little like it is first game. Things just aren't in a groove that way. Not sure who to block. I think sometimes you get into this and you're thinking too much. You just got to play.
Let me correct myself. That's Justin Gonzalez is number 7. So it was Gonzalez on the tackle for loss. On 2nd and 15, the pitch comes to the near side. And a big collision short of the 50. Caden Schaefer for Redwood, the ball carrier. James Southern, the defender.
And Matt Montalvo came up and laid the wood. Problem is, Schaefer had a little too much for him. Whose number is that? I think it's our guy Hudson.
We lost him.
Yeah, I think it was Hudson. And watch Montalvo come up. Hard safety support. Wham. Did everything right, except, got to keep those legs moving. But I like the pursuit of Dinuba.
Screen to the far side. Inside the 40 to the 39. That's going to be very close to a first down. I think it's going to be maybe a foot short.
Yeah. There's our guy Richardson. Taylor's going to fake the draw. And you see all the white shirts there. If he could have got to the outside there, he might have had something. But a good job of holding him down there by Ethan Espinoza.
4th and about 1.
See, E squared coming up. Big play there, because I thought if Richardson bounces that outside, he's got yardage. And keep your eye on number 99. That's the sophomore, Marcus Correa. Middle linebacker, but he lines up at fullback.
And he is there now.
Yeah, and then watch them follow him. Wham. Oh, wow. Did you see him?
As the first down.
Did you see him?
He did his job.
And then some. Okay, I see you, Bam Block. Keep your eyes on 99. This is how you deliver a blow. Watch this. Square the target and wham. Oh, man.
And that opened the hole.
That's what did it right there. And then Richardson does a little flip, gets a little 8, 9.5 score. Of course, the Russian judges only gave him a 7. There's some physical football. And we talk about Marcus Correa. His dad played at COS, I believe, for Roger Kelly. Went on, Joe Correa, I think his name is, went on and played defensive end at Oklahoma. So the lineage is there. Keep your eyes on 99, that sophomore Marcus Correa.
That's the 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno. And the pass is going to be intercepted inside the 30.
And there's a simple error where receiver runs out and quarterback through hook.
James Southern, the senior, is going to pick it off.
Yeah, and look at this. He steps up, he's throwing hook, and receiver ran out. And that's what happens first games of the year. I told you a whole lot of first, and then it was just a drill.
Well, he did a great job of altering his course.
Yeah.
He had to turn back, and his momentum was going the other way.
And those are first year thing or first game things you got to clean up. Receiver runs out, quarterback throws hook.
So
or slant.
Defense turns it over to the offense.
And great catch, great adjustment there.
Nothing there on first down.
Just so much similarities between the two offenses, between the coaches, things like that. It's just difficult for them to get any rhythm. You almost want to find out who's going to go to the drawing board first, because you know they've got some things up their sleeve.
Yeah.
They want to try to do what they've been born and bred with pro set, with power eye, with toss, with counter, with trap. But you almost got to expand the playbook now without getting a little too fancy. You want to do the things you do best, but just too much similarity on both sides.
Nobody's taking any chances yet.
Yeah, real
And that
conservative
ball is
there.
dropped. Campbell the intended receiver. 3rd and 11. Still kind of feeling each other out.
Exactly. It's just
especially Redwood, kind of, because this is the first game.
And it's like a fight where just everybody's throwing jabs. Nobody wants to go jab hook yet, and not even any undercuts. Just real vanilla here. And this is the toughest call right here. 3rd and 11. You want to get yourself in 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s at worst. Excuse me. A little spread action. Let's see what Magana can pull off.
They'll keep it on the ground and be well short of the first down. So another punting situation.
There's our guy Correa right in the middle. Only a sophomore too.
Let's go downstairs to Kevin Miller for a Wendy's Hot and Juicy Sideline Report. Kevin.
Well, FNR family, a very special Where Are They Now? Yes, a familiar face, Elijah Mayberry. How you doing, Elijah?
I'm doing great.
It's great to see you again. And Mother Veronica, how are you?
Good. I'm really good.
Oh, it's great to see you. Now, if you remember Elijah, graduate of Dinuba, 3-sport athlete, Scholar Athlete of the Year, and he was diagnosed with some debilitating health issues that related to his brain and spinal cord. When we were on a year ago, FNR family, you had some news that we were cautiously optimistic about. What was the news that you received that day?
So they diagnosed me with this medical condition called neuromyelitis optica, well, NMO for short and everything. So, and what it is my antibodies are fighting. It's like they just keep fighting against my healthy cells, stuff like that. So which causes the lesion in my brain and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And so you're going through some treatment that has been pretty stringent, but you're responding well.
Yes. So I'm doing chemotherapy, and the symptoms and everything, they're saying that I should be feeling nauseous and stuff like that, but so far I haven't been feeling like that, so all right. It's working, yeah.
And well enough to where he's giving back to the community, Central Valley, and you are coaching baseball, is that right?
Yes, I'm coaching baseball.
All right, who are you coaching?
The high school team. So I'm on JV right now. But,
fantastic,
yeah.
A baseball all-star. What do you love about coaching?
Shoot, I just teaching the kids, and then seeing them improve their game and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's great, Elijah. And then, Veronica, you have been inspired by your son, and you're contributing and making a cause out of the foundation for No More NMO.
Yes, that's right. I've always been a supporter for him, so I got on as an NMO ambassador for the state of California and for the Samara Foundation. So what we do is we fundraise toward grants that will help hopefully find a cure.
There you go, finding a cure. Wonderful. Can you put into words how inspirational, wonderful your son is?
Just seeing him being so patient and having so much faith. I think that's where I was losing my faith, and I think seeing him being so optimistic, it made me have faith again.
Yeah, thank you, Veronica. And if you would be so kind, do you have an encouraging word for anyone in the Central Valley that may be experiencing some seemingly insurmountable adversity?
I say just to have faith. Have faith in the Lord, and the Lord will give back and everything like that. Yeah, He'll take care of things. Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Well, No More NMO, finding a help for the cure for NMO. Elijah Mayberry and Mother Veronica, and we are hashtag Mayberry Strong, looking for that cure. Yes. Back to you, Ralph and V-Dub.
Thank you, Kevin. Proud of you, Elijah, and God bless your mom.
Oh, outstanding story. Great feature.
Pressured out of the pocket, running toward the sideline and hit right at the sideline as he stepped out at the 36. Reels to be about a yard short.
Yeah, and let me tell you, in this first quarter, you know what I've learned? Dinuba flies to the football, and they are not scared. They are not scared. They will come up and lay the wood on you there. There's been a couple hits where there's guys in the open. They close, they throw the clubs, they finish the drill there. James Southern had a big hit while Kevin was doing the interview. You see Montalvo come up, not afraid to lay the hat, and you see those linebackers go side to side. So there's a lot of speed on that defensive side of the football with Dinuba.
You can live tweet Kevin Miller at FNR Fresno on who you think is the player of the game, brought to you by Donald P. Dick. That's hashtag FNR Fresno. They did get the first down. I thought he was going to be short. but he does pick up the first down. Once again, you can live tweet Kevin Miller at hashtag FNR Fresno and who you think is the player of the game, brought to you by Donald P. Dick.
Looks like they're going to let it go to quarter.
Coming up, it's the Xfinity Halftime Report featuring the Subway Scholar Athlete. That's coming up at halftime. We have completed the first quarter of play. It is scoreless. And your first quarter has been sponsored by Bowman & Associates Insurance Company. Protect your crops, protect your livelihood. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by Fashion Furniture across from River Park. There's nothing like it in all of California.
A little bit about Kevin Sharton. Of course, he was a 1983 graduate of Redwood High, played for Roger Kelly. That's when Redwood went down. They beat the Golden Eagles. I was at that game at LaMonica Stadium. Todd Bauer and Kenny Von Essen played for Clovis West, but they just could not stop Adam Muniz. He was also an assistant for Roger Kelly at COS. Listen to this coaching staff. Al Branco, Skip Pendergrass, Brian Pendergrass, Mike Wilford, Charlie Cassell, and Ed Fisher. There is a staff for you.
Nice game there by Redwood on the ground. Brian Brown with the pickup down to the 46. That's a 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno.
Yeah, we just talked about, as we watch Brown here, high stepping into the end zone, little Sally inside reverse there, almost got through, and finishes the run. I like him. Trying to run over. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. He can break one, but he'll run you over. Anyway, talking with Kevin Sharton, he said he just learned so much being with all those legends.
Skip is still with him, I think.
Yeah. Skip's out there. Skip, the great basketball coach at Reedley, and his daughter Vera.
Rios throwing deep, has a receiver out there, overthrown and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Skip's part of the staff. Brian was part of the staff. That's just amazing. Charlie Cassell, Ed Fisher, all. And, of course, Kevin being, 21, 22 years old, they had him running everywhere and doing everything. Learned a lot from that crew. Then on the other side, you got Carlos Barajas, and from Avenel, played wide receiver and defensive back there. Has been at Dinuba since 2000. Matt Shin hired him. Matt Shin, of course, now the principal at Redwood High. So many interchangeable parts tonight.
2nd and 10. Coming to the near side. Caden Schaefer. Gain of about 5.
Thanks to Matt Sozino, John Freitas, both athletic directors.
Everybody that we've dealt with at both
it's just
schools
been
has
so
been
great,
fantastic. You know, the first week is always
Roughest, yeah.
it is can get kind of bumpy, and
They've made it real smooth. Thanks to Matt. And also my guy, Eric Palinelli, who's here, helped out a lot tonight with this too. Good to see him tonight.
third and 5. Rios looking to throw. Has a receiver complete and hit immediately after making that catch, and it's going to be short of the first down.
Is that Southern again? Man, he likes the bright lights, doesn't he?
Richardson made the catch and held on.
Yeah, and that's Southern, James Southern. And that's about his 3rd hit already.
Southern, so you're going to be looking for number 26.
Keep your head on a swivel because here he comes, throwing the clubs, first step. Excellent technique right there. Lifting. Looks like he's got a little wrestling background. I would not be surprised because that looked like a single-leg takedown.
The coaches were jumping up on that sideline over there because the play happened right in front of them.
But Montalvo, I've seen a couple other guys in the secondary. Excuse me.
4th and 1. First down picked up by James Richardson.
A little bit more on Carlos Barajas. I talked about him, and he loves it that all his coaches are homegrown. Somehow, some way, they have ties to Dinuba. And I talked about David Rico, the quarterback, that went on to play at Cal Lu, was part of that 2009 championship team with Ivan Hedges, Ed Ruelas, David Rico, Angel Miraz. Thought he might have jumped off slides there. Yeah, he did. Anyway, that's good to see them come back. Like I talked about, the 2009 Valley Championship team coached by Sharton. Ivan Hodges was a safety. I remember Edgar Ruelas, linebacker. There's several Ruelases that come from Dinuba. There was one playing on the JV team earlier. Okay, and of course, David Rico, what a drive he had. I think one of our first telecasts in Dinuba versus CVC, and it was David Rico. And I remember bragging about David Rico, Rico. And they said, wait till you see this kid on JV by the name of Marcus McMary. Oh, poor Shart. You lose David Rico, who's now the offensive coordinator for Dinuba, and you gain a Marcus McMary.
On a first down, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Schaefer, not much there.
Good balance. He's got to hit the hole. He's tippy-toeing a little. That's what comes with the first game of the year. You gotta run a little harder there. He's kind of looking for seams and things like that. With quick handoffs like that, he's got to hit the hole.
Second down and 11 for Redwood.
And again, just a whole lot of firsts are going on here tonight.
The fake by Rios. The throw over the middle has it complete at the 20.
I like it.
And thrown down at about the 17-yard line. Brown, the receiver. It'll be a 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno. And we're now inside the Toyota Red Zone.
And didn't Rios look like a champ? You know, just stepping up into the pocket, putting some zip on it. Nice little 4 route, down and in there, hitting him on stride there. And that's what happens. You start running the ball a little well. You get those linebackers up. You throw it in between the linebackers and the safeties right there. Good zip on the ball, great execution.
From the 17, Schaefer trying to left side, cuts it back
That's how you finish the run.
Powers his way over one defender, then he's stacked
Look
up.
at him. He's still
on his
going.
feet,
Yeah, now.
pushing the pile inside the 10. Looks like they're going to only give him progress back at the 10.
Yeah, he said, take that, Mr. Announcer, man. You saying I'm tippy-toeing. Take that run. I'll show you tippy-toe. That's how you hit the hole, young fella. That's how you hit the hole. Remember, I was just on him a couple plays ago, a little too hesitant. Well, this time, he's getting the feel for it, and he finished that run. I see you, 2-6.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Caden Schaefer ain't no joke when he gets going full speed. Redwood, now they're getting into their groove here.
Movement on the line. Midland Tractor penalty flag on the play. Penalty against Dinuba will take the ball at the 5. It'll be 1st and goal from there.
Brian Brown looks like a pretty good athlete there. And here's a kid, and Brian Brown, that did not play for some of the several of those on this team that didn't go out. Well, Brian Brown's a kid that can run, went and approached Kevin Sharp. He's a 6'5" high jumper. He looked pretty smooth at times I've seen him with the football.
Oh, hit in the backfield
Welcome.
as he got the ball, and
Turkey.
that might be Turkey.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. I see you, 5-0. Gobble, gobble, gobble. And he gobbled up the ball carrier there. Yeah, they moved. They pulled. And that's just a misassignment there. If there's somebody in your gap, you can't pull. Okay, that line call's got to be a base.
That was no Turkey by Johnny Garcia.
Yeah.
Loss of 5.
He's eating all the stuffings with that run right there.
2nd down. They'll try to the right side this time, cutting inside the 10 to the 5, down to about the 1-yard line. Richardson just short of the goal line.
Yeah, and what I like here is his patience. His patience as a runner there. Running hard, cutting back, waiting for his blockers to do the work, and then he gets up inside the seam there. Great patience and great visions there by Richardson. So they've got a couple backs, and Schaefer and Richardson. I like what Brown could do, and they're getting into a groove here. Now you got to just find number 82 and run behind him there. Just run left.
Well, they got Garvey Correa in there, fullback again.
Yeah.
And there's a timeout.
Yeah, it's pretty easy pickings there. You run left with Garcia, the offensive lineman, Olsen, the tight end. That's about 560 pounds right there. And you got Correa coming in, 6'1", 227. This shouldn't be that difficult.
Salute to Servicemen is sponsored by ND Manuel Insurance. ND Manuel Insurance wants to thank all of our servicemen and women for the freedom they earn for us each and every day.
You know, I talked about Sharpton's 2003 Valley Championship team. Of course, the 2013 championship team featured Marcus McMarion, Dylan Lee, and Michael Wright. And now Michael Wright has gone with Sharpton and is coaching over here at Redwood High School. So just so many interchangeable parts. And his dad, Michael Wright Sr., is still on the Dinuba staff. So, you know, I talked about inter-squad. We're not that far off.
Third down from the 1, and
that's all him.
Nearly got pushed back, but he powered his way in.
That's all him.
Touchdown, Richardson.
Yeah, that should have been about a 3-yard loss there. Julian Sanchez had him in the backfield here.
Richardson took it in for the Porter Subs touchdown.
And they brought in Hudson Walker on the same side. There's the same side, and they run the other way. I don't understand that. You got 3 guys there with Garcia, with Walker and Olsen, and they run to the right. You got to think about that one next time. Excellent effort there by Richardson. Smelled the goal line. Didn't need much. And he got it. Broke a couple tackles and got it in there. Hey, we got points, Ralph.
Extra point is put through by Reed Terry. So we do have some different numbers on the board. 7-0. We'll be back after this timeout. Seven 0 Redwood with the lead over Dinuba. 5:17 to go.
And good drive. Excellent drive. Threw the ball well. Got themselves in a third and short situation. Rios looks a lot more comfortable. Looks like they're on page. And remember, from the outset, Rob, I talked about a lot of firsts. A lot of firsts. And you can tell it's their first game. A lot of guys first time playing together and things like that. They look to get into a rhythm in that second quarter.
Rubalcaba trying every move he has in the bag, gets out across the 20.
Didn't he? He started stop, start, shake, dance, shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop, and nothing worked. All right, Josh Magana, can you answer? They haven't really gotten a rhythm yet. A lot of penalties keeping them in third and long situation. Now it's time for Dinuba. Remember, this is their second game of the year. And they dropped 42 points on Porterville, which wasn't enough, and we'll talk about Porterville. Great team they have in quarterback Hector Nava and running back Jacob Ellis. We'll see them later on in the year, but they've got to get something going here.
First down play, keeping it on the ground. You can live tweet Kevin Miller at #FNRFresno on who you think is the player of the game, and it's brought to you by Donald P. Dick.
Second and long, now they get into a passing situation. They go spread or might have to mix that up some and start throwing on first down. Got a bunch formation at the bottom.
Oh,
not
the
even
ball
ready.
when nobody's looking.
Yeah.
Inside the 5, going to have to fall on it. And instead, tried to pick it up and run. It's going to be covered.
Touchdown
Redwood. Holy cow.
Yeah, and that's what you expect in game one. But this is game 2 for Dinuba. And what a heartbreaker that will be.
A wild play for the Florida Subs touchdown. Going to want to take another look at that. As the snap was unexpected.
And nobody said, Josh didn't even see it. And he goes, did that look like a football that went over my head? And best thing here, he tried to pick it up and run with it. You just got to, you were better off just throwing it in the back of the end zone.
Sebastian Oliveira was the one who tried to jump on it. And the man who picked it up or fell on it for the touchdown is Caleb Wright.
Yeah, and you don't work on things like this, so it's easy for me to criticize, but he almost tried to, like, pick it up and make a play out of it. This isn't schoolyard. This isn't Tarpey Elementary. You've got to get that thing and scoop it. It'd almost been better if you just scoop it out of the end zone. If you can't fall on it, but there's no way you're going to run that thing. I mean, nobody moved for Dinuba. If we can look at it one more time. Nobody even moved. Dance Rangerettes.
So we were scoreless for more than a quarter, and
bam, just
a
like
couple of moments, we've had 2 touchdowns by Redwood.
And like I said, Dinuba played last week, so you've got to get it together here. And the offense really hasn't been on the field that much or anything else.
You can watch a replay of tonight's football game. Head over to YouTube, search for Friday Night Rivals on CW59. This game will be available early next week. Click on the FNR logo.
Redwood crowd going crazy. Defense was just as they came out. They were lit. Remember, and the kickoff started where each return man didn't know who was going to catch it. Me, or you. This time there, and another drop.
Drops it again and steps on the line, very close to the line. It must not have been on the line. The official was right there, but
just not a good showing.
Not a good return.
Yeah, not a good showing if you're Dinuba right now.
I think he came very close, so close to that goal line, he almost hesitated and waited for the official to call something.
Don't wait on that. Dominic C. on the coverage. I see you, Dom, or Dom C.
I think we're sending it downstairs again to Kevin.
Hey, welcome back. You know what? Dinuba High School is all about college and career readiness experiences, especially in the field of medicine. Joining me is Emperor, Senior Joshua, and Senior Maria. And Joshua, share with us a little bit about the Medical Academy.
So the Medical Academy at Dinuba High School is basically an academy for us students to get more exposure to medical occupations. And we take internships, trips all over, and our classes are all medical involved, which helps us just find out what we like and what we don't like about the medical field.
Fantastic. And you had something very special happen in June. Share with us a little bit.
I competed at HOSA International Conference in June, taking a trip to Florida, representing Dinuba High School for the community awareness project we hosted for a girl with leukemia, Judith Marie. And we ended up placing 3rd at state, which led us to nationals, and we ended up placing top 10 in the nationals, so that was a big accomplishment for us, putting Dinuba on the map and just being excited about it all.
Wonderful, Joshua. Placing, but also making a difference in the lives of others. So thank you for sharing. And Maria, you're new to the Medical Academy, so what do you love about it?
What I love about this medical academy is that the students are very engaged and they receive a lot of exposure to different areas in the medical field. And I feel like that is a huge advantage because there are students that are not in the medical academy that don't get to receive that same exposure.
Well, community, the Dinuba High School is preparing their students to make an impact on their community. I'm surrounded by learned doctors. Joshua, Maria, thank you. Ralph, V-Dub, back to you. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wendy's is a proud sponsor of the Hot and Juicy Sideline Reports with Kevin Miller.
Oh, we had a drop ball. I'll tell you what, that Maria, she is a candidate for our smile cam, isn't she? Cute girl. Cute girl. Good things going on in Dinuba.
Make sure to pick up a copy of the Valley Football Guide, the Valley's #1 source for local high school football, Fresno State, and the NFL. Pick up your free copy today at participating Wendy's and KFC locations. Just to get a photo of Kopi in shoulder pads,
that's worth it.
Is worth it.
And I'll tell you one thing, as we were away and Kevin was doing his interview, we saw a dropped football. So Dinuba, you got to shake yourselves a little here. Not playing well at all.
Low, short punt, taken inside the 40.
This guy
inside the 20. Dropped at about the 15-yard line. Malachi Aguiar.
Yeah, Malachi's got some juice, huh?
Had some moves, but for the first 15 yards, there was no one around.
Yeah, outkick this coverage, and well, that's what happens when you put pressure on the punt where you almost blocked it the first time, you blocked it the second time. Now you got to have everybody stay in and make sure you pick people up. There's nobody cover the punt, and Malachi can run a little. So you got Richardson and Schaefer in there. Interchangeable at fullback and tailback. I like those two.
Pass toward the end zone intended for.
What?
That's Reed Terry, who also doubles as the place kicker.
Right. And
he was open out there.
Well, he's open, but he's open out there for a hitch. When the corner's 12 yards back, just because coach calls it doesn't mean you have to throw. That's got to be a side adjustment where you just run hitch.
There's a smile cam brought to you by Toyota. Where else would you rather be on a Friday night, right? Well,
not him. There's a first for everything, Ralph.
Opening night.
Yeah, not a big fan of the smile cam. You see how far that corner's off? That's got to be hitch.
On the ground, Schaefer. Down at about the 9.
Yeah, that's all Schaefer there. There's too much leakage. You know, they're pulling some big people with those tackles, but there seems to be just too much leakage with that. And you might have to go to base blocking here, but Schaefer did that one on his own.
Here's a reminder, stay tuned for the Xfinity halftime report featuring the Educator Spotlight.
Another thing about this Dinuba defense, they've been on the field the entire game. This game seems like Redwood offense, Dinuba defense.
First man through.
Look at this.
One.
Oh, what a run.
The end touchdown.
What a run.
James Richardson.
Yeah. Just a quick trap.
Florida Subs touchdown.
Quick trap, and he did it all his own there. So number 11 can smell the end zone. Watch this again.
Another look at the Florida Subs touchdown.
Yeah, there's the shake. There's the shake. There's the rattle. And there's the roll. There it is. Sing it with me, old timers. Shake, rattle, and roll. I said shake, rattle, and roll. Just see there, getting to the end zone. Great run. Great vision.
Extra point is good. Reed Terry. And 21 points in a hurry for the team in blue.
Now, very important for Dinuba. I think on every possession they've had, they've ran the ball on first down. Going to have to do something different. Going to have to mix it up. Use Josh Magana. He is a weapon, and the receiver's got to catch the football. He's been throwing some decent darts. He's got to catch the football.
Immediately following this game, you can watch the Masters of Illusion's big stage, only on the CW 59.
I say you hold serve here. You get to the halftime 21-0, get some confidence going, get a couple first down. I think you'll be all right. I think that defense has played well. They're just out there too long. You know, short punts, fumbled in the end zone. They've only given up 14 points. But with field position, it's just tough.
Yeah, you'd like a good return.
Yeah.
Of a kickoff.
Yeah,
that's been a problem.
The whole game has been played on the right side of the field down there. 20-yard line and in.
Ubukava at the 5 slips, gets back up. Like he stumbled as he hit the 20 and went down at about the 22.
Okay, come on, Imps. Let's get something going here. Because any other miscues right now before half, that leads 28-0. That's pretty much the fat lady's plugging in her mic.
There we go. but a loss.
Right. Well,
nothing after the catch.
I think Trevino, a guy crossed his face, didn't see. You got to find first color on that one. Good pursuit by Redwood, but I think a couple guys just went right by him. Look for first color. But I like the call, Ralph. At least he's not as something
keeps the
in
clock
front
running.
of tackles and things going that way.
They don't want to give the ball back to Redwood with a lot of time left before halftime. Ogania downfield, and it's turned over, intercepted. He just threw that one out.
Yeah, he just threw that one up. I think Walker was after him.
Quentin Johnson, number 5, was playing center field.
Yeah, they tried to run the tight end across, like I talked about. They do a lot of things with the Y across. But this is just dangerous. See the Y coming across? That's a dangerous throw. Oh, and you got a receiver going the other way. And Josh is he's gonna bang his head on that one when he watches this at field. The ball should not have been thrown.
There was a penalty, a chop block penalty on Dinuba that was declined by Redwood. Rangers will take over at the 38. Johnson, the senior, listed at 5'4", corner.
He's upset he didn't get to run with it. How cute is he? Here we go. Got to buckle it up if you're Dinuba. Rios is getting loose.
And Rios looking down the sideline for Brown. Nearly made a fingertip catch along the sideline. Incomplete. Clock stops, 2nd and 10.
Pretty good coverage, pretty good athlete going at. This guy's going to be okay. For not playing football since his 8th grade year, I heard, this guy's going to be all right. I hope he sticks with it. He gets to a JC. I think good things are going to happen. Remember, he's got 6'5" high jumping skills, so he's got some ups. Looks pretty smooth when he's running patterns, too. Blitz.
Handed off to the second guy through. Schaefer down the sideline. Forward to the 20. So we're going to see he stepped out, I guess, at the 22.
Good vision. Excellent vision by Schaefer. Remember that? I was kind of getting on him about tippy-toeing in. He's running hard now. Somebody must have radioed him from home because there's a broken tackle. There's another one getting through. Another broken tackle. Finishing the run. Finishing forward. I like you, 26. Look at him. Got a little moxie going, looking at him. You can't hold me. You can't hold me.
1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Not there for Richardson on the first down carry. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, plenty of time. And one guy we haven't seen is that big number 82 in the screen. You know, we've seen Brown get some touches and things like that. I think this is Sam Olsen territory. Find that big body there. What, 6'4", about 220? Can move a little. Built-in mismatch. Small guys can't cover him, and big guys are too slow.
The pitch then goes back to Brown, looking for a block from his quarterback.
Uh-oh. That's... And that got it.
Out.
Yep. No,
looks like Dinuba has it.
Dinuba has it.
Fumble recovered by the Emperors.
Turkey, turkey, turkey. Huh?
Ethan Espinoza looks like.
Oh, it is.
It's
Espinoza, 52. Excuse me. Excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Espinoza. I see you, E-squared. And good job by the defensive end staying home here. Okay. And that was, there's Turkey.
Turkey turned it inside.
Turkey turned it inside, staying home, didn't bite on the reverse. That's great. Right there. And then 53 comes over and knocks it out. Just good team defense right there.
Evan
Garza. So, I mean, like I said, Turkey stays at home. Garza comes in, pursued, knocks it out. And then we got Espinoza making the tackle.
Again, throwing deep, incomplete.
Okay, and
coverage.
And the last two plays, Walker's just been right in Magana's face. Okay, so they're going to have to chip. They're going to have to move a running back over and chip him. Maybe bring over a tight end on that side. So he's just getting free will right at the quarterback. You know, and you can't really slow him down with any swing passes now because there's only like 30 seconds left in the half. But look at 43 down below. They can't block him one-on-one.
Right.
They've got to figure that out.
Yeah, he's at the right defense.
Yeah, and he's just gone right by. He's been in Magana's face mask the last 3 plays. Good throw, and another drop.
Fingertips complete. That was Campbell.
Yeah. Terrible half. Just burn this film if you're
just out of sorts, aren't they?
Yeah. Burn this film if you're Dinuba. This first half has just been awful.
Sets up a 3rd and 10.
Now I would think about, well, Redwood has 3 timeouts, so they can get it back. But you almost want to run the football and have them forced to use a timeout.
One of the officials is sending a player off. I don't know if it's an equipment.
Unless it took off his helmet. Totally out of sync here. Okay, big down here.
Magana will throw. Far side. Complete, but it'll be short.
Yeah, well short of the first down.
Brian Ruiz on the catch. And the punting team is out there.
Yeah, so
and they put pressure on this punter before.
They put pressure on the punter before. They only lost 6 seconds there, and the guy catches it out of bounds, so that helps Redwood. Now they have 3 timeouts. Looks like they're coming after him, too. Okay, got to use a timeout because you're not sure who's on punt team.
Yeah, they had a player
just
go off and then come back on.
The old ghost. Yeah.
So the timeout, 20 seconds left. Dinuba set to punt.
Yeah, and I don't think Coach Barajas would be too happy with this first half. I mean, this is a team who dropped 42 points last week. And they are just in disarray. Mentioned Coach Barajas. Says one of his mentors is his 5th grade teacher, Russ Bellamy. Bellamy from Kettleman City, big time official down there, and just was his coach and teacher and everything else that way. I got to give a shout out to Coach John Yabasel. Used to coach here at Redwood. And of course, his son Jacob. After this play, I'll finish it.
A lot of pressure put on the punter again. It'll be deadened at about the 43, and the clock stops with 12 seconds left.
And everybody remembers Coach Yabasel here.
He followed Coach Kelly.
Right, and Coach Yavasel's brother's name is Claude Yavasel. Claude Yavasel married to my 5th grade teacher, Carol Yavasel. So Coach Barajas talks about his influence with Russ Bellamy, his 5th grade teacher, well, my 5th grade teacher, Carol Yavasel. Thinking of her, Tarpey Elementary School, Principal Ralph Lockwood and Carol Yavasel. And you talk about parent conference, she lived across the street from us, Ralph.
Couldn't get away with anything.
Nah, couldn't get away with anything there. Yeah, sometimes you worry about if they're going to call home, but she'd just walk across the street.
Yeah, you didn't want
Guess
to
what he did today, Magnolia? Guess what he did today?
Rios going to throw.
There's the big fella.
The guy you've been talking about, the tight end with the catch. Olsen to the 48. Got to take a timeout if you want to stop that clock.
Yeah, they're going to go 21-0.
Let it run out.
Not bad.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they let it go. So a quick burst by Redwood. Caught a break for one of the touchdowns. but 21 quick points.
It's been all Redwood.
21-0 at halftime. Send it downstairs to Kevin Miller.
Here with Coach Chardon. Okay, Coach, first game. Took a little bit, but you got some points on the board. You're up to 21. What was clicking in the first half for you?
Well, you know, right off the bat, our defense came out on all cylinders, man. Our defense coordinator, David Clements, you know, he did a great job preparing our defense, and, you know, they've been hungry. We didn't get to play last week, so right now our defense and our special teams are getting us great field position. Offensively, you know, we had a little bit of trouble with the run to start the game, but we managed to get that going, and we kind of snuck a couple pass plays in there, try to keep them off balance. We like to continue to keep our run game going, but we got to get the ball in the air too. So we've got to work on that. But so far, I'm very proud of these guys, and being home and back here at the bowl and with a 21-point lead, I couldn't be any happier.
Great start, great crowd. Season 10, Coach, thanks. Go get back with your guys. Best of luck in the second half. Ralph V-Dub, back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Coach. Your second quarter has been sponsored by Fashion Furniture across from River Park. There is nothing like it in all of California. 21-0 is our score. Redwood with the lead over Dinuba. time for the Xfinity Halftime Report featuring the Subway Scholar Athletes. And we send it downstairs to Kevin Miller.
Tonight's Scholar Athlete is brought to you by Subway, and I am here with Redwood senior Savannah Travis. Savannah, how you doing this evening?
I am doing absolutely fantastic.
What a surprise. Fantastic. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm a little tired, a little fatigued, but I haven't been running around like you. Are you a legitimate flag runner for Redwood?
Why, yes, I am.
And what is your role as flag runner?
So we have to run out of that tunnel down there when the football game starts, and then every touchdown we have to run up and down the student section to hype them. And then when we go through the field goal, we have to do 7 push-ups every time. So it goes 7, then 14, then 21, 28. You can do the math.
Yep, and we're at 21 now, so you're going to get a lot exponentially speaking. Speaking of exponentially, your GPA is off the charts. Listen up, Central Valley, 4.21 GPA, and I assume you're probably taking some AP courses and higher level instruction?
Of course.
Yeah, and favorite subject maybe?
Favorite subject, that's a hard one. Chemistry. I really like chemistry.
Good call. All the teachers, she loves all your classes, okay? And of course, there you go. Being a Scholar Athlete, you're involved with some sports here at Redwood. What do you play?
So I play varsity soccer and varsity track.
All right. Now, in soccer, what position?
I'm a goalie.
Oh, you're the keeper. Okay. So what do you love about being keeper?
I love like the adrenaline rush when you have to go out and save the goal because it's like up to you. It's only you and the forward and sometimes like a defender, but you have to be able to dive and you just throw your whole body out there and you give it everything you have.
Can you tell she's the legitimate goalie for Redwood? Of course. And you guys have done very well, right? You've had some success?
Of course. In my freshman year, we won Valley in 2017. And then I've also had 3 WIL championships.
Wonderful. Congratulations. Co-curricularly, you've been involved in Key Club?
Yes, I am. I'm the president of Key Club, and that's a club that's linked with the Kiwanis, and we do a lot of community service. We're focused on bettering our community and helping the people around us.
And Savannah, that's a perfect segue because with a Subway Scholar Athlete, we are looking for scholars, we're looking for athletes, and we're looking for those that give back to their community, and you have done just that. So you are now eligible for a $5,000 scholarship, courtesy of Subway. How does that sound?
That sounds absolutely fantastic, like I'm feeling tonight. It just keeps getting better.
It keeps getting better. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to bestow your award on you. I have always dreamed of being a flag runner, but I got cut way back in the day. Do you mind if I do the honors?
Of course.
So let's switch.
There you go. Take it.
Oh my gosh, it's like 157,000
You have to lift.
pounds.
You have to go to the gym.
Use my legs.
There you go. Straighten your arms. Straighten your arms. Straighten your arms. You get one shot. Ready, set, go.
welcome back to the Xfinity Halftime Report. It's our time for Educator Spotlight, and I am here with our illustrious principals. First from Dinuba, Mr. Andrew Pop. Andrew, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great this evening. Thank you for having us on Friday Night Rivals.
All right, thanks for joining us. And, of course, our host, Matt Shin from Redwood. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, fantastic. Now, Andrew, we got to talk to your student. Well, first of all, first year as principal at Dinuba High School. How are things going? How do you like it?
Things are going great. I mean, I absolutely love it out there. The community has welcomed me with open arms, and not just me, my family as well. I have a 9th grader at Dinuba High School as well, so we've been welcomed open arms, and it's just had a great start to the year. It's been amazing.
That's great to hear. So invested, and when we were there at your place last year, got just a great amount of support from your community. And then we talked with your students, Joshua and Maria, or I should say Dr. Joshua and Dr. Maria, with the medical academy, and you have some other medical or academies at Dinuba High School.
We do. Our medical academy, as you talked to Josh and Maria earlier, they're doing some amazing things. We also have a construction management academy on our campus.
Wow.
Actually, they just got back out there recently. They are building a home right now.
Yes.
That home will be complete in a few years, and you could purchase it for $50,000 to $60,000.
Wow, all right. You heard it here first. Some realtor action going on here from Principal Pop. How about what's trending on the Dinuba campus right now?
Well, we just opened speaking of our pathways and academies, we just opened our Emperor Cafe, which is our culinary arts academy. And our students, I have to thank our parents and our community, because our students came out for a huge rally this morning, and the school spirit is just fantastic on campus.
You bet. And we just mentioned how you're preparing them from college and career. Fantastic. Principal Pop, thank you for joining us from Dinuba High School. Our host, forgive me, Savannah put me through my paces as flag runner. I'm sweating beads here, buddy. So we'll turn to you. How about the school spirit from your student section and the respectfulness to pay attention to your band?
Yeah, I can't say enough about our kids. We have great kids here. We have a great staff. But more importantly, you saw it firsthand. They're very respectful of their peers, respectful of each other. We pride ourselves on having such a positive culture and climate, and one of those things is being respectful of others. So, you know, they normally would cheer for you to run with that flag, but they weren't going to do that while their peers were performing, because they wanted to watch them.
They gave me a good head nod, so I felt like we were vibing pretty nice. That's fantastic. Now, FBLA has had some tremendous success on your campus.
Yeah, we're very proud of our program, our FBLA program. It's going very strong, 100+ members. Wow. We compete every year at the regional level and usually win that, and then we go to state, and we this last year we placed 5th in the state. We had several students qualify for nationals, and this summer we were able to take 5 kids to nationals, and 2 came back. 2 groups came back with placing in the top 10. 1 student finished 4th overall in the nation, and 2 students, their video 3D animation project won the national championship. So we're very proud of them and what they've done. The advisors are great. Mr. Jacob Avila and Mrs. Shannon Moore, they put in countless hours, and they've done a great job with those kids.
Some remarkable things happening at Redwood. Anything else trending that you'd like to share?
Yeah, you know what? We have a brand new activities director this year, and we really have a focus on her being full-time now and only focusing on that. We're really focusing on our inclusivity piece and culture and climate. We had a cool thing this morning where we had our band, ASB students, cheer and dance kids forming a tunnel, playing music, cheering for kids as they're walking on campus to start the day. We have had great school spirit to start off. We have 2,400 kids going strong here, and we're just really positive in day number 8 that we finished of Redwood High School.
What a fantastic start, and it warms the Central Valley's heart of the contributions that your students are making. So, Principal Pop, Principal Shin, thank you so much for joining us on Educator Spotlight, and we'll be back with more Xfinity Halftime Report right after this. Man, you guys are doing amazing things. Welcome back to the Xfinity Halftime Report. We are here with our Les Schwab tire manager, Forrest Waltemeyer from Dinuba. How you doing, brother?
Brother, good, brother. How are you?
And you know what we got for us? You're a veteran. It's the Tire Roll Challenge, courtesy of Dinuba and Redwood cheerleaders. And it's all Dinuba.
We've been working on that for a week.
Actually, coached them up.
Yeah, coached them
all
up.
Right.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, secret training.
Yeah.
So can we get alliterative here? F stands for Fall Tire Sale. What's going on in Les Schwab with Fall Tire Sale?
Right now, September begins our very best time to buy tires. It's our Fall Tire Sale. Some of our best tires are on sale, some of the best tires out in the industry right now. So take the opportunity to come into our stores, check out popcorn, coffee, and the nice waiting rooms. You know, have somebody come out to greet you out your car and just relax for a little bit and let you come in and see what we have to offer, you know.
You bet. And tips how to win the Tire Roll Challenge.
Exactly. Yeah, we
right.
can do that too.
All right.
You got to keep it on the DL.
So Fall Tire Sale and then fairs.
Yeah.
How does Les Schwab contribute to the fairs?
The fairs this year, the fairs for us are huge. This year we're getting ready to start. We have the Tulare County Fair. We help sponsor the 4-H and FFA kids, try and do our very best to help them out, make sure that they're getting rewarded for all their hard work. And it's nice to see their smiley faces, see them get a little reward, and see what that does for them and their personalities.
Beautiful. You can see it on his face and what he's expressed. You give back to the community. We appreciate you, Forrest Waltemeyer, and all of our Les Schwab stores throughout the state and nation. And we'll be back with more Xfinity Halftime Report right after this. And you coached him up nice.
Barajas of Dinuba High School. Coach, what adjustments need to be made in the second half?
Well, we got to be able to run the ball first of all. We're going to make some, get some consistency and running the ball, keep them off balance, and hopefully we can sustain some drives and get some points off that.
All right, go get them, Coach. Best of luck in the second half. Ralph, V-Dub, second half. Back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Coach. Tonight's third quarter is sponsored by Keller Motors, home of the Keller Forever warranty.
Of course, don't have to mention how Barajas and Sharton are great fans this summer, Ralph. They both spent about 3 days at the U.S. Open. Them and a couple members from each of their staffs. So they're good friends way back when. They said they really haven't talked this week, and they'll have enough time to talk afterwards.
And I think they'll be glad when this game is over.
Yeah, in more ways than one, without question.
They're both competitive. They both want to win the game, but this has been a tough one.
It has been. And that first quarter just looked real. Nobody wanted to make a mistake. Nobody wanted to try anything different. You know, it was a weird feeling. It really was. So now here this second half, and I expect Redwood to come out and be a lot more efficient and solid. They've kind of got that first half out of the way with the first game, jitters and things like that, and they should be playing well.
It's another JR Sports kickoff ramming over the competition. And it was Cesar Lopez with the kickoff.
A lot of weapons, too, Redwood. I think after you put this together, there's going to be a good offensive team by the end of the season.
Well, Coach Sharton kept talking about, we just want to play one. Just want to play that first one. Just want to get all of that stuff that's involved in first games out of the way.
What did Pat Hill always say? We're just trying to go 1-0 for the week.
1-0 for the week, yep. He probably still says it, even when he's out playing golf.
Tell you what, that Redwood student body, they're setting the bar here.
They came to have fun, didn't
they? They did. They're dancing and having fun. And see if this Ranger offense can have some fun.
Ryan Rios, quarterback, going to throw on first down, looking deep into double coverage and overthrown. He was going for the tight end, Olsen, for 2nd and 10.
Tried to get him on a wheel route where Olsen goes to the flat and then turns up the field. There was 2 men there. He wasn't open. And thus far, what I've seen from Rios, sometimes he's getting to the point now as a quarterback where if they call the play, he throws it. And he's got to have a little more understanding to check off and things aren't open and look for the secondary receiver there, because that one was covered. 2 people. Plus, you might as well say you had 3 people because you had the sideline there.
Got to look at the student section there. It's been like that the whole game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good fill. Uh-oh.
Ball comes out.
Could that be the break Dinuba needed?
And a turnover for Dinuba, we believe, when they pull them all out of there.
There it is.
Finally, the save.
Yeah. And those numbers are so tough to pick up, those silver numbers. But somebody came in and just laid a hat on Schaefer. Let's see if I can pick it up here. 7. Yeah, there it is. Right in there. And that's what led it.
And it's being ripped away. Look at right there. He gets kind of stripped.
Well, Justin Gonzalez brings it in.
I think Ethan Espinoza was involved in stripping it too.
Yeah, and then Emmanuel Del Rio, I think he came up with it.
Now here we go. Down complete. That'll make the Emperors feel better about
it. Yeah, a lot better start. Better start, not going pro set, throwing the ball on first down, pitch and catch in between the seam. Josiah Reyes. Now we got something going.
First and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru Fresno. Magana looking to throw now. He's in trouble. He's going to just dump it off. Incomplete. And here comes a flag by Midland Tractor at the
Well, there's a receiver there. I hope it's not grounding.
Was it a hit on the quarterback?
Oh, it was. Okay. I saw a receiver in the area.
What are they going to call?
Well, they're going back against Dinuba.
He's going to call ground.
Grounding here. Lost it down.
Well, let's see that, because I
Second
saw
down.
a receiver come in the area. I'd like to see a replay on that.
Penalty takes it back to the 35.
Here we go. See, I thought I see a receiver come across. Couldn't really pick it up on the replay.
Well, they had to get out of that to get to the live play.
Now we missed both of them. It's our first game, too.
Here it is again.
Okay.
Oh, this is
pitch and
this
catch.
is the last play.
Yeah, and we're just not holding on to the football. A little high there. Little hot sauce, a little high there by McGuire.
3rd and 22.
Yeah, and not a lot of answers for that in your playbook. It shows you what that penalty did.
Another Midland Tractor flag on the play. It's a 5-yard mark-off down to the 30. I didn't get any explanation.
I think it was 12 men on. All right.
So it's 3rd and 17 instead of 22, and he's hit as he throws.
Oh,
incomplete.
And Raul, I can't repeat. They can't block 43. It's that simple. And how that missed that hold is ridiculous. They tried to yank him down, and Walker still got to the court. Look at the bottom of your screen. Well, we're not going to get it here. But they can't block that guy. And like I said, you need to have another tight end on that side, or you need to have a back go to that side. You need some help on 43. One-on-one, Trevino can't handle it.
And then, I don't know if you saw, he rolled into the back of one of the offensive linemen, back of the legs, and that player is still down on the field.
They've got to find an answer for Walker. Look at this. Just goes right around him. Just, rip through, away. And, nothing against Trevino. He needs some help. And with that being said, you got to have another running back to stay at home and chip this guy.
We'll be right back. We're back. And more trouble for Magani. He gets away from it. Doesn't seem to have anybody open. He's going to the end zone. Rubalcaba has it knocked away and incomplete.
Almost had a big play. Almost had a big play with that one.
Jordan Alsop was the defender, and now we're seeing another Redwood player hobble off. Watch now on the left side of your screen. Number 56 right there. He got rolled up on. That's Jesus Lara, a sophomore offensive lineman, was able to walk off the field, and he's over at the training table now.
And the left tackle is Isaiah Torres. I've been calling him Isaiah Trevino the whole game. I apologize. Isaiah Torres.
14 and 2. Blue 14. Okay, we have dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Blue, dead ball, unsportsmanlike. White, they offset. It's first down, blue.
They're doing that. My pop's bigger than your pop. Referee's telling them, well, both your pops are big. So, gets away from Walker and then just goes schoolyard with it. And Rubalcaba almost comes up with it. But no, just that little love tap there.
Jordan Alsop,
yep,
the defender.
Just enough. Pretty good ad-libbing there by Magana.
That was Jesus Lara being attended to over at the trainer's table. Schaefer, the ball carrier, can't get to the edge and around the corner.
I'll tell you what, that's secondary. And here's Campbell coming up laying the wood, I believe.
Jacob Avila, Justin Gonzalez.
Yeah. Maddox, all these guys. They do a great job of throwing the clubs, too. You know, good hitters are good knee benders. First step throw, second step squeeze, third step finish. You got to keep your legs moving. You got to center the target. And I'll tell you what, Dinuba's done an outstanding job. I'm really impressed with their secondary, the way they come up and deliver a blow. But excellent tackling technique.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Low pass is taken in by Roldan. Oh, now they'll say incomplete.
Yeah, a little flat on that one. Pitch and catch.
So 3rd and 12.
Let's see what Dinuba dials up on defense. See if they get after Rios a little. Especially when most of the plays have been play action, where he's at his best. Now you can kind of sit back. You know they're not going to run the football.
Deep drop. Now the
Got
pocket
him.
collapses, and they got him down.
Yeah.
Turkey in on the play. Johnny Garcia.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Number 50.
It's not enough time. Richardson didn't chip well enough. This Turkey wanted it more. Gobble, gobble, gobble. I see you, 5-0.
Sack back to the 20 and a punting situation for Redwood.
Some decent field position.
Low snap.
Oh, terrible kick.
Punt went off the side of his foot, out of bounds.
Terrible kick. Let's see where they finally get it.
They'll mark it at about the 32.
Is that a 12-yard punt, maybe?
Here's tonight's cheer challenge, sponsored by Les Schwab Tires. And they're off.
Well, Dinuba killed it. Killed it. You see me rolling.
Somebody's been practicing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not even that close.
Cheer Challenge sponsored by
I
Les
see
Schwab
it, Imp.
Tires.
Imp, it ain't easy. We got going now. All right,
I don't know.
let's play some football.
The scoreboard says 1st and 10. Now they got to move the marker over there because the marker was off the chains.
Rico, offensive coordinator. See if we can dial up here. There we go. First down, pitch and catch. Go forward, get some yardage. Excellent. Okay, stay forward. Stay forward.
Brian Ruiz, the receiver, down inside the 35.
Number 10?
18.
Can't see those numbers. But Kevin Sharton. I love my guy Shart. Ruiz getting some positive yardage there. Just go forward that. Make it 2nd and 4. Make it easy on yourselves. Very imperative they get some points out of this. Great field position on the poor kick. There we go again.
Intended for Ruiz. He went one way, the ball went the other.
Yeah, and it's as though he's running slant and Magana threw hitch or out. It's things like that you would think was cleaned up last week. But it almost looks as though Dinuba, this is their first game.
Yeah, and there was a flag on the play, Midland Tractor flag, so they're marking it back 5 yards. Yeah, they're having some issues.
There's been some issues.
Spotting the ball stuff.
Spotting the ball, getting things going.
Having the chains in the right spot. This should be a 3rd and 11.
11? Did they call a penalty?
2nd and 11. I believe there was a penalty. They moved the ball back.
Oh, okay.
But this is about the 2nd time where we've had something we haven't seen a call. Maybe we'll get it now.
Procedure here, 2nd down.
Okay, so they're going to take the penalty.
Yes, they marched it back. It was 3rd and 6 or 2nd and 6. Magana has a receiver open at the sticks, but he can't get it there. And it looked like the receiver, maybe Rubalcaba, slipped. I'm sorry, that's not Rubalcaba. That's Gabriel Moreno. Downstairs to Kevin Miller.
I am here in the student section of the Rangers of Redwood. Oh, yeah, baby. Game 1, season 10, kid. All right, hey. What's good about being a Ranger?
We're all a big family.
Let's go, family. Ranger Station. Hey, what's good about being a Ranger?
The spirit.
What's up with the school spirit? Hey, you know what else is good? Confetti cannon in 3, 2, 1, let's go! Redwood Rangers, fly! Season 10, a perfect 10, Ralph B. Dub, back to you. Make some noise, Redwood! Redwood, 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 yeah! Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Ronnie Rubalcaba made a play like we expect him to make on the 3rd and 17 and caught the pass, picked up the 1st down, but now you see he is really hurting.
Pretty good pitch and catch. He finally gets some time, steps into the throw. Good route here. Shakes the defender. Oh, my goodness, did we just see that?
Ouch.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
you might not want to watch this.
Yeah. Turn your heads. I did not know what happened. That is amazing. Unbelievable. Oh, my goodness. Thoughts and prayers.
Right arm injury.
Just him trying to gain his balance. That one hurts, Ralph.
Yeah, that's one of your team leaders, but just a great young man.
Yeah.
I talked to him a couple days ago.
Something that simple.
Yeah, making a play like he'd been trying to do all night.
And I'm thinking when I saw him, I almost thought he's going to gain his balance and might be able to take it to the house.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he fought for the extra yards and got the first down, which was important for his team, but has really suffered an injury here. This could be a while.
Did not look good. You know, almost came into the play where he could take it to the house, and you know, Dinuba's finally getting in a rhythm, and you lose your leader like that. And you know, Coach Barajas, all he talked about is just the energy that Ronnie Rubalcaba brings to that Dinuba sidelines, and you could see that just everybody on that sideline is just silent. Runs back kicks, plays corner, plays safety, playing wide receiver.
Welcome in, by the way. This is JR Sports Booth Cam.
I'm Vince.
I'm Ralph. I think you guys. Yeah. It's been 10 years, Vince.
Yeah. One thing, Ralph, you find out, you go to the grocery store, you go to the gas station, more people watch than I'd ever imagined.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing.
It's amazing. They really enjoyed it.
They really enjoyed it.
Tell them not as much as we enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
By the way, immediately following the game, you can watch Masters of Illusion's big stage only on the CW 59.
I'll go to the gym and several guys they'll start reciting what I say and things like that. I thought people are always out on Friday nights. I guess not, huh?
Well, a lot of them are watching us, and we won't complain. You can live tweet Kevin Miller at hashtag FNR Fresno on who you think is the player of the game. It's sponsored by Donald P. Dick.
Richardson's off to a good start. I think Hudson Walker has just been something.
If you're just tuning in, one of the Dinuba players, Ronnie Rubalcaba, has suffered a right arm injury and is being tended to now over on the far sideline. Be sure to join us next Friday night, September 6th. We'll be broadcasting the Tulare against Lemoore game right here on the Central Valley CW 59.
And with Tulare, it's their life after Kaz Atwood. It's their life after Nate Lamb. Who's next? Who's going to carry the flag next?
Make sure to pick up a copy of the Valley Football Guide, the Valley's #1 source for local high school football, Fresno State, and the NFL. Pick up your free copy at participating Wendy's and KFC locations. I'm wondering if there's a point where you have the teams go back to the locker room for a while, or is it going to be that long?
Well, I'm waiting for the ambulance to show up. There's no doubt. It's that type of.
I believe they have an ambulance here. It's always parked here, but
I know
it's usually parked over there.
It's got to come from
to the right side,
from the south, right?
Yeah, I know. When I was parking in here, they were talking about where the ambulance parks, and there it is. Good job, guys.
Right on cue.
And looks like the EMTs are going back to their unit.
I don't think we need to show it again.
No.
Great crowd tonight, by the way, too. Folks showed up, and I'm sure they got their DVRs, and that's the best thing about this. You get home Friday nights, and all these players will get their soda pop and pizza and get to watch themselves on TV.
See some of the Redwood players down here trying to stay loose on the sideline, doing some stretching, some running.
See on the sideline, Mark Bray, former Kingsburg great. He's the defensive line coach for Dinuba. His son, Benton Bray.
Rubalcaba is up now.
We got Mark Bray and Benton Bray. Both worked with Sharton last year, decided to stay at Dinuba. Of course, Benton was a tight end at Whittier College.
He's going to walk off the field. He looks like he has an air splint on the right arm.
Well, it's good to see he's walking on his own power, but wish him the very best. I would be surprised.
Yeah, that air cast tells you that his season is over, if that's a fracture.
Surprised. Okay, here we go.
Now back to the football playing mode for some of these guys.
Yeah, who's going to carry the flag now? Who's going to step up?
Magana to throw. Incomplete. Receiver wasn't really looking for it. Campbell.
And it's been like that both ways. Where just because the route is called, people are just throwing it and nothing is there.
Second and 10.
You got one-on-one out there. There's other things to throw besides streaks. The guy's not ready for it there. You still got one-on-one. Now, what are you going to throw?
Four receivers in. He'll go for Campbell.
Yeah. There you go.
Shakes the defender. Yeah. Picks up another extra 5 yards down to about the 11.
Now we're thinking. Now we got it going. Not everything has to be a streak. You got one-on-one in space there. And if you're the DB, you got to make this tackle. The catch doesn't kill you. This does. Good move by Campbell.
And that's a Lithia Subaru Fresno first down, 1st and 10. The Emperors are inside the Toyota red zone.
Yeah. And if you're the DBs for Redwood, scoot up. You got the back end as a safety.
Pass to the end zone. Touchdown.
Great throw, great catch, and great position. And here's what I don't understand. Why would you be backpedaling in the end zone if you're a DB?
Gabriel Moreno with the Porta Subs touchdown.
Great catch. But if you're a DB, why are you backpedaling in the end zone? See that DB? Way too deep. You got to stop him there. Good throw, good catch, though.
11 yards on the completion. And the Porta Subs touchdown.
Once that receiver crosses the goal line ring, you've got to cut underneath there. Wilson gave him a little too much room. Great throw, great catch.
And the extra point is blocked.
Yeah. Walker again.
So they'll settle for 6, but at least the Emperors have points on the board now with a lot of time to go. 7.5 minutes, 7:49 to go in the third quarter. Boy, Moreno over there, right on that sideline.
Yeah,
the official right on the play, taking a long look.
What a throw, what a catch. Great throw, best throw of the night by Magana, keeping it to the outside that way. And maybe I should get off Wilson a little. Pretty good throw.
Boy, what a swing of emotions. You go from
it's just crazy,
losing your teammate with that injury that's happened right in front of you, and now you're able to succeed with the game plan.
Who's going to carry the flag? All right, special teams here. I know Benton Braid's in charge of special teams. Let's see if he tries anything fancy here. is this flag?
Maybe delay?
Well, you get 40 seconds after the touchdown, but that's both teams. They have 12 men. Oh, man. You can see him frustrated there. That sums it up right there. I think they had 12 men on the field.
I was trying to count them. By the time I finished counting, I think they get that guy off.
Yeah, well, that's first game from mistakes. I look at Vinton Bragg going, guys, days like this, I wish I went into business instead of coaching. Here we go. Now they're going to let it fly.
From the 25. Out across the 30, breaks free.
Get out of that.
Nearly to midfield. Nice return by Malachi Aguilar. Two penalty flags, though, on the field inside the 35.
Talked about the wheels of Aguilar, and I've seen it twice now. Look at the strength. Broken tackle there. Boy, he can boogie.
Somewhere in that area of congestion, though, is where the two penalty flags came in.
Good job of leveraging and using the sidelines. I believe that was Campbell.
Midland Tractor, sponsor of the flag on the play. It's going to go against Redwood. So the Rangers will start at the 26. Leading 21-6.
All right, big drive here, big series here. If you're Dinuba, you want a 3 and out. If you were in Redwood, you want to get going.
Richardson bouncing it outside. Got to the edge, picked up some extra yardage, still on his feet across the 40. That'll be plenty for another first down. First and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno. And spotted at the 42 or 43.
And I'll tell you what, Richardson gets all the cheers and everything, but Reed Terry, he was the receiver blocking on the edge. You see number 13?
He didn't give up, did he?
No, he made the play. Richardson gets the high fives. Richardson gets all the cheerleaders and everybody cheering for him and everything like that. But I'll tell you that Reed Terry made the play. I love the receivers, see a receiver blocking downfield. I see you 1-3.
Richardson again, this time nothing there. Stacked up after maybe a half a yard gain.
What a great effort. Reed Terry downfield just blocking and kept going and kept going. And I've already bragged about how the Dinuba defensive backs come up and lay the wood. They weren't able to come up off of them. Great job by Reed Terry on the play before this.
Give him a yard. 2nd and 9. Fake to Schaefer, throwing, has a receiver, is tight end complete. Into Dinuba territory, dragging defenders inside the 40.
And the kid can move.
Sam Olsen on the
and he can move too. And I'll tell you right now, you got a lot of weapons on this team, but you got to utilize the big guy more. He needs more touches, in my book. He needs more touches. Not that tough to get the ball to the wide tight end. And he's a definite mismatch. The small guys are too small to defend him, and the big guys are too slow to run with him. And you look at Dinuba's secondary, there are no big guys. He is a definite mismatch this year. You got to get him more touches.
Lithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10
It's right the other way.
Looking for someone again. Rio slings it downfield into double coverage. And there comes the flag. That was pass interference.
Fortunate, it's only 15 yards. And I think they tried to do the same thing and get the ball to Olsen, but it was covered up there, so they went downfield. He took a shot downfield. Not bad. At least he's going to his secondary receiver now.
Campbell's just going to grab the intended receiver and throw him down.
Yeah. Pretty easy call there. Is that Roldan?
Roldan was the intended receiver.
Pretty easy call there.
Let's go downstairs to Kevin Miller.
Friday Night Rivals is powered by the United States Army. I am here with Staff Sergeant Aguilera. What is about to go down?
We're about to have a friendly competition, all right, push-ups all the way as we can against Dinuba and Redwood.
And I like how you said friendly, but it's competitive, right? So from Redwood we have
Ruben, Juan, Jaden, Frankie.
And from Dinuba we've got
Javier.
All right, and from FNR, Kevin Miller. Staff Sergeant Aguilera, will you please? Let's do this.
Everybody get ready.
Come on, baby. Workout.
Begin. What?
Now, we're going to be here all night long. I have carried a 200-pound flag for 3 laps. And I'm on 60, 61, 62. Ralph, B-Dub, take care of the game, man. We'll be here. I'm going one leg.
In about
I'm
30
going
minutes.
one leg.
Let's go, boys. You can
one.
get it.
I'm going the other one. Yep. I'm camera off. Keep going.
Rios has it intercepted. That's Campbell coming back the other way and taken down about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, bad throw. Bad throw.
Brian Campbell picks it off.
I see you, Soup. I think they're going on a corner route, and I'm not sure. Yeah.
Well, Campbell saw it.
Well,
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike. Blue.
On top of that, a 15-yard penalty.
yeah, who is that? Just not enough air underneath it, and just poorly thrown. Things you got to iron out there. Getting a little sloppy here, Ralph.
Yeah, the interception took it out to the 10, the penalty out to the 26. So it's a 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Magana tried to dump it off over the middle, and that was a play that had some possibilities. Avila, the intended receiver.
Came in. Was that Don McCormick? Safety coming in, a guy that you're really high on. Didn't play football game. Watch number 10 as he sees it. Pretty good job coming up. He almost got a tip 6. And there's a guy they're very high on. Another guy that didn't play for whatever reason came out. About 6'3", 200 pounds, I think. And
Dinuba put 2 blockers, and they're doing it again. They're double teaming Walker. And
finally.
Still made the tackle.
Yeah. But at least they've made some adjustments on him.
Gain of a yard. He was on the left side, the previous play on the right side, this play, and they double teamed him both times.
Yeah, so they're moving him around. And like I said, nothing against Isaiah Torres, but you're going to need help on a guy like that. And they finally decided we're going to move help on him. And I like what Redwood's doing. Okay, now you got him lined up on the right. We're going to move a guy here. Well, we'll move him on the other side here. They're moving him left side and right side, but you better have something built in place where there's always something on him right there.
Right there, the back.
Okay, you see that? Yeah, now you got a back chip at him, and it makes it better. But the rest of the gang is there. This defensive line gets after it.
Well, we've got a timeout now. Timeout taken by Dinuba, down 21-6. 4:01 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Touchdown before the end of the quarter makes things interesting.
It would. It definitely would. See some of the offensive linemen there. Dinuba, big number 78.
Not on my roster. Yeah, I don't have him listed. And I don't see anybody that big.
That big. That's what I was looking forward to. Okay.
Might have been listed on here under another number.
Well, Emmanuel Perez is the center. I see him there. In the mix.
3rd down and 9 now for the Emperors. Trying to build some momentum. Magana has time, has a receiver, and can't hold on.
Another drop football, and no reason for Campbell to jump.
Yeah, that would have been a first down if he makes the catch.
Great throw. Under pressure, Magana was. No reason for him to jump. Coach Clement, I believe.
So the turnover is wasted by Dinuba. The Emperors will punt it away.
Pretty good pitch there by Magana. Campbell's better than that. He should have had that one. That could have been a first down. Should have been a first down.
Lopez, pressured. He's going to try to run it now.
You're going.
Got a long way to go to get that first down, and he's not going to make it.
3 phases of a football game. There's offense, there's defense, and there's special teams. And looks like
Marcus Garvey Correa.
Yeah.
Garvey Correa with the stop. Right at about the line of scrimmage. So great field position now for Redwood.
6'1", 227, and only a sophomore. Get used to 99 in blue. He's coming back at you.
We saw him clear the way as a fullback on offense.
Just frustrated over on that side of the football.
So Redwood back out there on offense. Rios at quarterback. Richardson and Schaefer, the running backs behind him. Schaefer stretching it out. He cuts it back inside, breaks a couple of tackles to the 20. Gain of 6.
I thought they had him here.
They didn't take him down until Turkey got there.
A good ball player, but I'll tell you what, who stretched it out, and I think that was Evan Garcia. He did a good job. He's done a great job of stretching it out, too. Very impressed with this defense. They've just been on the field a little too long. Oh, wow.
Schaefer got a good block. Richardson. And picks up the first down inside the 15. That'll be another 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno.
And that's one thing Kevin Sharton complimented on these running backs. They're interchangeable. One will play fullback, one will play tailback, but they love to come up and hit and spring each other, throw that block to spring each other, and there's a perfect example right there. Richardson laid some wood.
Schaefer coming off the field after the play. The Rangers are in the Toyota red zone inside the 15. 1st and 10. Diamond Davis, number 4, has replaced Schaefer. Richardson, the ball carrier, their first man through. Picked up a couple. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this guy deserves some votes. You know, we usually get, I don't think we've ever given our player of the game to a losing team, a player on the losing team. But I'll tell you, very impressive number 50 and everything he's done tonight. He's poured his heart out on the field back there. Ronnie Garcia.
Defensively, we call James Southern a lot, too.
Yeah. They've done a great job. And like I said, I just think they've been on the field too long. But you're going to see some good stuff when you watch film come next week on this Dinuba defense.
Timeout Redwood.
Right. 7-6, 62.
Minute 42 to go in the third, 21-6. Redwood with the ball in the lead. Wanted to talk things over on a second down and 9.
That crowd, what a shot. That ought to tell you. Folks in Lemoore, can you top that?
Oh, the challenge has been thrown out there, huh?
Look at that. Redwood leading the charge. It's a great student body. Okay, so we got Xavier McGuire.
This is Davis. Out there one-on-one with Garcia. Gets to the edge. Down the sideline. Lowers his shoulder. Inside the 5, and a penalty flag comes in. Yeah, there might have been a second hit on that, but looked like
Holding
he was fighting.
on the blue team.
Now it's going to go
That's
back.
an extra flag. Okay, let's take it back.
So it was holding way down the field.
Holding right there, I'll tell you.
Against the 4.
Holding on the DB. I guess they didn't call that one. Let's see, Matt Ramirez has done a good job tonight on the offensive line. Nate Morgan done a pretty good job there. I already mentioned Garcia. Xavier McGuire. Pretty good offensive front for Redwood.
So the 10-yard gain wiped out by a 10-yard penalty. Again, 2nd and 9.
It's not good. We got our center, Jackson Bailey, too. So pretty good job by that Redwood front.
Richardson might have picked up 2.
Let's see what they come up with next.
They gave him a yard, so it's 3rd and 8.
Little tight splits there.
Schaefer back in at running back. Rios to throw. Incomplete. Not sure who that was intended for. It was maybe too much coverage, just threw it away.
Yeah, got both of them. Well, you're just doing a boot pass, and one tight end is going to run the flat route, and I think that was Olsen. And then you got the other tight end running the deep corner route. But, you know, that familiarity breeds content, and Dinuba's just waiting for it. Just waiting for it like they were in the huddle. And I think that comes a lot from Barajas being on the sideline with Kevin Chardon for so long on that play. Had it well covered.
Reed Terry to try a 30-yard field goal. Dominic McCormick, the holder. The kick is up.
No good.
Missed it to the right. So the Rangers had great field position that started that drive. I think went inside the 30. Dinuba takes over. 16 seconds to go in the third.
And remember, with 21 points, one was given on a touchdown. The other one was on a real short field. So saying Dinuba has shot themselves in the foot is an understatement. Got to be careful here.
Run to room for Magana. He works the pump fake, then out of bounds across the first down stake, I think.
Yeah, he moves pretty well, too. You might have to do a little boot action yourself there now, who's hurt.
They'll give him the first and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno.
Boy, you just hope everybody's okay. I know it's early on.
Yeah, so many down over on that sideline. It's a Redwood player who's getting up now.
Oh, is that Korea?
That's Garvey Correa.
Yeah. I didn't see him go into the pile. Hopefully it's a cramp. I just don't know anymore, Ralph.
Mm-hmm. Maybe an ankle. He's got a long walk back to the other side of the field.
6'1", 227, only a sophomore.
The result of a play is a first down, so it's 1st and 10. 6 seconds left. Dinuba comes out with 4 receivers.
I believe it's a cramp.
Pump fake, going deep. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Ruiz. 1 second left in the third quarter.
And had no sidelines to run with. Nothing going on. Whoever the DB is just ran him to the sidelines there. Not much room you can do with that one.
Hey guys, repeat the phrase. Red Robin.
Second and 10. Complete to Campbell, out of bounds. Going to be another first down.
Here we go. Well, you never know.
Tonight's third quarter has been sponsored by Keller Motors, home of the Keller Forever warranty. Tonight's fourth quarter is sponsored by Midland Tractor. Team Midland keeps you growing with solutions. Magana with the dump off, incomplete. That was on a first down play, 1st and 10 to start the quarter. Second and 10.
Got to get some positive yardage.
Magana has a receiver open downfield. It's incomplete.
Well, I like the way they're rolling the pocket. They've done a good job.
Cameron Amendor, the intended receiver.
So they roll the pocket there. And I think that's Wilson that cut underneath it. Yeah,
he had a guy who was deeper downfield. Looked like he might have been open.
Wilson cuts underneath. Great play on that one.
So 3rd and 10.
Emmanuel Perez, Rodolfo Salas, Zachariah Nelson. They're all doing a pretty good job.
Magana heaves it downfield.
Oh, wow. Wilson's going to hit him. He had one. Now Josh is just getting a little careless. He is getting a little careless with some of his throws. Saw it early in the first half on the boot across, and then that one there. This is just getting a little careless.
Maybe frustrated.
Yeah.
Trying to make something
trying
happen.
to I mean, there's nothing but green grass. I mean, you talk about the fairway. Wilson might have took that one to the house.
Don't rub it in now.
Fairway, Ralph. That's when your ball stays where it should be.
No, I play in the shade.
Yeah.
Lopez had to hurry to get that one.
This guy can run.
We've already seen.
Oh, man, can he run.
Here he goes. Malachi Aguilar to the 40.
Woo. He is worth the price of admission, isn't he?
An electric return by Malachi Aguilar.
This guy can boogie. But, you know, when he played tag as a kid, he was never it. He was never it. Look at this. Where angles go to die.
It's coming back.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's coming back as a great return, but there was a flag back at the 38. So there's a Midland Tractor flag on the play.
Well, I didn't see a clip. What I did see was like a crackback block. And you've got to have your hands in front now. I think they're going to call that. 5 years ago, it would have been a clean hit. Not anymore.
So the drive will start at the 23.
Yeah, that was
instead
a great
of the
return.
38.
Great return.
On the other side of the 50. Schaefer to the near side. To about the 25. Saw number 50 over there again, Turkey, Johnny Garcia.
Hey, you saw 3 or 4 white shirts on the tackle, though. And again, I think they've done a pretty good job on defense. They just got to work some things out on offense. And then the kicking game has killed them also.
Second and 8 after a 2-yard pickup. This is Brown taking the handoff. Pushing defenders forward just short of the 30.
It's about 3rd and 4.
Looks like scoreboard says 3rd and 3, but I'm with you, 3rd and 4.
Yeah. Number 75 there, Javier Martinez, only a sophomore. 5'11", about 255.
They'll throw on 3rd and 4. Olsen makes the catch in traffic. And if they give him progress, they're going to get the first down. And they will out to the 35.
And somebody almost stepped in front.
Yeah, this is throwing
pass action. Olsen. Oh, it was tipped. Yeah. It was tipped, and it took half the student body to bring Big Olsen down. Oh, who was that had their paws on it? That could have been a turning point in this game right there.
It's another 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Schaefer across the 40. To the 41. Fans, you can watch a replay of tonight's football game. Head over to YouTube, search for Friday Night Rivals on CW59. Tonight's game will be available early next week. Click on the FNR logo. Schaefer again.
Well,
chewing up yards across midfield.
Right, and now if you're Dinuba, you got to get 8 in the box. You got to start crowding the box. You know, they're pulling people, they're doing counter, they're doing everything you should. You've got to say, you're going to have to throw the football here. Because we got to bring people up, and we can't just sit back anymore. We need the ball back. We need a couple more scores. You're starting, that O-line starting to smell blood up there. They're just countering you and pounding you up front and doing what they should be doing. You need more people in the box.
Working on
look at
first
them. Yeah,
10.
they're killing them now.
Cuts it back.
Yeah, great run, great lanes to run with, and everything else, Ralph.
You know what you brought up, though, a while back is that defense has been on the field the whole game. They're looking like a tired group right now.
And remember, what has it been this week? 103, 104, 106. This adds up. This adds up. But right now, as we break camera here, and this picture comes up, you need to get as many people in the box as possible. And you're still too spread out.
Richardson just pushing his way for 2 or 3 yard gain. Welcome back into the booth cam, sponsored by JR Sports.
Got my ball another year.
Always has it with him in the booth.
If anybody's word. Got my ball with me.
The binoculars and the football. Gotta have those two. 2nd and 5. And maybe offsides on Dinuba. Midland Tractor flag on the play, and they'll mark it off against the Emperors. Well, it was 2nd and 5, and they had a 5-yard penalty. That should make it a first down, but it's not. It's now 2nd and 1. You explain that one?
Got me on that one.
Richardson.
Oh, what
a run. Breaking tackles, touchdown, Redwood.
There's his 3rd one, right? I think we're zeroing in on our player of the game. Yeah,
that's a tired bunch now out there for the Emperors.
Just straight ahead, pure pound in there.
Big hole.
Uh-huh.
Breaking a tackle there. And then
send it in, big fella. I see you, 1-1.
One more look at our Portisubs touchdown.
Can't say enough about Jackson Bailey and the job he's done with the rest of that offensive line up front.
Reed Terry with the extra point. It's good. .652 to play in our football game, and it's the Redwood Rangers pulling away, now leading Dinuba 28-6. Once again, the Smile Camp sponsored by Toyota. Got to get out of this picture before we get to that guy with the thumbs down.
Yeah. First guy in history.
Yeah.
I am
Somebody
not
hacked
the
the
Smile
Smile
Cam.
Cam. Short kick, taken on the run, and then breaking open. Campbell regains his balance all the way out to the 45. Let's see, maybe the 49. Stay tuned at the conclusion of tonight's game for the post-game wrap-up. Sponsored by 5150. We'll also have a presentation of the Donald P. Dick Player of the Game Award. So a good return and good field position. Dinuba will start from the 49.
And these guys are just going to pin their ears back and come at you.
Magana throws, has it complete for about a 9-yard gain. Gabriel Moreno on the reception. Gain of 8. First down on that completed pass inside the 40, down near the 36-yard line. Ryan Ruiz with the catch.
Just pitch and catch.
Another Lithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10. Pregame looking deep. Over the middle. Incomplete.
Pretty good coverage.
Quentin Johnson defending on the play. I believe Amador was the intended receiver. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Under 6 minutes to go. Pregame to the near side. That's complete. That time making the catch is Amador, Cameron Amador.
Good toss.
It is good for the first down, 1st and 10. Sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno at the 22. Ruiz with the catch down.
And what's going on, Ralph? That the wall finally they're getting some time because Daniel Carino has done a great job. Brian Rangel and Nate Ibarra, along with Hudson Walker, they've just been outstanding.
Pregame throws to the end zone, touchdown. That was a pretty good play by the quarterback. You should just see the stiff arm put on one of the defenders to get open. He looked like he was going to run, and then he just stiff-armed the guy, threw it to the end zone, touchdown.
Bought some time and did a little schoolyard.
Another look at the Portisubs touchdown. Watch him just create some space.
Here I come. No,
right there.
There we go. Yeah. Get off me, big fella. He stiff arm Nate Ibarra there. And I was just bragging about Ibarra and the rest of them, Rangel and the rest of the crew there.
And Gabriel Moreno coming to the bench because he just scored a touchdown.
Carino, how much pressure they put on him? Well, not this drive. Going for 2.
Pregame had the guy. Now he's going to the back of the end zone. Juggled and incomplete.
And he's got to put pressure on him on that one. I think he should have ran. He's a good enough athlete where that 3 yards wouldn't have been that tough. But he set up shop instead of putting pressure on it where he runs it. They're going to have to come off coverage. Then he might be able to dump it in. But I think he's a good enough athlete where if he puts pressure on him, runs that thing in, and just dives from about the 2-yard line, he gets in. There was enough space, and Magaña's a good enough athlete.
Looking at Justin Gonzalez coming back to the sideline. He was the intended receiver.
Well, onside kick time.
Okay.
No, without question. You get a ball back. I mean, the way they're running the football with ease that way and as tired as that defense has gotten, you got to try and get it back down. And then if you didn't get it back, you got to get everybody up in the picture.
Immediately following this game, you can watch the Masters of Illusion's big stage. It's only on the CW 59. Let's send it downstairs to Kevin Miller, another Wendy's Hot Juicy Sideline Report. Kevin?
Hey, thanks, Ralph. We've witnessed the school spirit of the Redwood Rangers all night long. But how about the spirit of giving? They started a tradition called Gifts of Giving, where they gave funds to fire victims in Northern California last year. They plan on continuing that tradition this year for other causes. And then the ASB, along with their newspaper, the Redwood Gigantea, raised $10,000 for Kids Day to benefit Valley Children's. We've got a real journalist for the Redwood Gigantea right here. Hey, Chrissy, you're a difference maker. Redwood Rangers making an impact and giving back to their community. Ralph, B-Dub, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
Good-looking mascot.
Drive of the Game is sponsored by Lithia Subaru. Now And let's see it.
Rios to Brown. And step up and throw. And Schaefer running. Bounces outside. Cuts back.
Some tough yards there.
Mm-hmm. He was running. Remember, I got on him a little. Not after that. Then straight ahead. There he is,
Richardson with the touchdown.
Uh-huh. Tough yards.
Drive of the game, sponsored by Lithia Subaru.
We missed the onside kick. Dinuba got it back.
So Dinuba comes back out on offense. If you can say one thing about the Emperors, they have played better in the second half.
Yeah.
But that defense has just been worn out.
They got a lot of ways to go. I mean, they got to tighten a lot of things up. Here it is. I think he missed it. And then it goes 10 yards, and Redwood just kind of waited, not really sure. You know, first game, you don't really work on this in practice. You don't want to get anyone hurt. Yeah, that's a clean catch.
That went 10 yards and an inch.
Yeah. 10 yards and a Snicker bar, right? A Halloween
Let's
Snicker
go deep
bar.
and try to get it right now. Out of bounds incomplete.
Yeah, not just a Snicker bar, a Halloween Snicker bar. 10 yards and a Snicker bar. I just think both teams, you know, and it's like this everywhere, and it looks like I'm picking on Dinuba a little, picking on Redwood. I think both teams can play much, much better, and they will play better come game 3, game 4. Down the stretch, I think these are going to be two good football teams. A lot they can improve on. A lot we can improve on tonight, Ralph.
Well, we get another chance, too. And that'll be next week. Next Friday night, September 6th, we'll be broadcasting the Tulare-Lemoore matchup right here on the Central Valley CW59. Dinuba has to overcome the loss of one of its best players, versatile players.
And three-way player, not just two-way.
Ronnie Rubalcaba.
Yeah, because you're talking about offense, you're talking about defense, and you're talking about special teams. So it's a three-way player.
Pass is complete, then a nice move to break away from the defenders by Campbell, picking up extra yards inside the 25.
Still balling.
Another Lithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10.
He's real good with his feet, Magana is. You know, everybody talks about arm strength and this and that. You'll learn. If you ever listen to Daryl LaMonica, he talks about the lower half.
Throwing for the end zone. The pass was overthrown, but there was interference on the play. A Midland Tractor penalty flag.
And that's what Josh Magana brings. He does a great job with his lower half of rotating the hips and keeping his feet moving and stepping into the throw.
Pass interference, defense. 3. Oh, no, wait. Where are we?
Don't need any more injuries. Is that Campbell?
It's another 1st and 10. Now inside the Toyota red zone, and that ball was just thrown away to turn off the heat.
Yeah, and you know, Josh has already got called for it early. He's got to make sure somebody's there.
Well, you're trying to come back now, and you've lost your second. You know, you've lost your top 2 receivers, and you're trying to come back in the passing game.
It's just been tough.
Be sure to pick up a copy of the Valley Football Guide, the Valley's #1 source for local high school football, Fresno State, and the NFL. Free copies are available at participating Wendy's and KFC locations. A lot of time there. Has that pass complete down to about the 5, and then thrown down after making the catch. Josiah Reyes.
And you got 2 down territory, and that's good. He went off his primary receiver and came back to his secondary receiver, Reyes.
Now a Redwood player is down.
And that's what happens a lot of these games early on. These early games tend to have a lot of injuries. Just people aren't in shape. You think you're in shape, but you're not.
Yeah, and we're sitting here in the air-conditioned booth, and they're down there just
with burritos,
pouring down Gatorade.
Don't forget the burritos. John Freitas, athletic director for Dinuba, brought us over. Thanks again.
Delicious.
Right, yeah, they were. A little spicy. Straight out of Dinuba. Well, you get a touchdown here, you never know. What do we have there? Is that Nady Barr? Yeah. Played a great game. And with Carino and Ibarra and Rango and, of course, Walker, you can see why it was important for that Dinuba offense to be able to block those guys. And they couldn't block it. And Walker was leading the charge. And that was one of my keys to the game, being able to hold that defensive line. Coach Sharton bragged about this line. Talked a lot about Walker for obvious reasons, but he didn't want to leave out the rest of the guys and what they can do.
Magana to the end zone. Pass is complete. Touchdown.
Excellent throw.
Right at the pylon. There's Campbell.
There's Campbell. There it is. And that's how you throw it right there. Just a fade stop.
They must have been looking at somebody else on the sideline. Was it Campbell?
I thought it was Campbell. Maybe he's back. Maybe it was just going. But you're just going to throw that thing right at the orange pylon. That's good coverage, too. That is real good coverage.
Aguilar.
By Aguilar. Yeah, look at that. That's perfect throw. I mean, you could not, you talk about a small window. You couldn't warm an apple pie in that window. Great throw, great catch, and pretty good coverage on it.
Going for 2. Looks like it's going to improvise now. Incomplete. And a flag comes in, so it may be interference.
Over the top, yeah.
Johnson was the defender.
Again, I think Magana's got to get, when he does that roll pass, he's got to get his shoulders going forward, because I think if he puts pressure on, he's kind of buying time instead of putting pressure to run the football. He's got to round that thing off. Now they get it at the 1.5. Let's see, just drape him a little. I think that's what the back judge saw, right? Yeah, good call. Excellent call. Excellent call, and it's thrown right by the back judge. The front referee there shouldn't have called it, and he didn't, but the back judge should. I like the call.
Timeout taken by Dinuba.
Now you're at the 1.5 yard line. You don't have to throw the football.
Well, we haven't seen him do anything but the last 2 quarters.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even know if they have a running game. Yeah, I'm reflecting back. Have we seen anybody run the football with any kind of success? So I see what you're saying.
That's what the coach said they had to do in the second half, was get the running game going. But they fell behind so quickly and by so much, they kind of abandoned the running game, just have been throwing. So here we go. 1st and goal.
Hey, get back in.
Well, that's an extra point.
Yeah,
One
penalty. The penalty came That's my mistake. Penalty came on the 2-point conversion, so this is a retry after the penalty.
Nothing
And
doing.
they're going to try and run
Nothing
it.
doing.
Nothing there.
Not even close. You will get nothing and like it.
Absolutely stack that up so it's a 10-point game with 4:08 to go.
And this is when the highlight film you put turned down for what? That wasn't even close. A lot of things to work on, Dinuba, but they haven't quit. That's for sure. You can be proud of that. Any Emperors out there watching, they have not quit.
No, and the offense finally was able to give the defense a rest. Because that last touchdown drive by Redwood, the Emperors on defense really looked tired.
Here we go. Onside kick, round 2.
Worked pretty good last time. Kickoff is sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition.
Uh-oh.
You got a chance here.
Careful.
Almost.
Well, you got 2 timeouts. You better play some defense.
And Redwood probably doesn't do anything but run the ball right now. Make them use those timeouts.
Without question.
Redwood coming out on offense, 4:06 to go in the fourth quarter, 10-point lead. Rangers playing their first game of the season.
Stand downs, and ball security.
Stood up short of the 15.
Last thing you want to do is run out of bounds. Stay in bounds and ball security. Whenever you come near traffic, you got to cover up that football.
Gain of about 2, 2nd and 8. Clock runs approaching 3.5 minutes. Scoreboard says 1 timeout left for each team.
You fumbled the football? Are you kidding me?
Never got the snap.
Wow.
Fortunate that someone from Redwood was able to fall on it.
How does that happen? Whoa. It's all right.
Yep, came out right from the get-go.
Who's that? 55 is Johnny on the spot.
Looked like he might have even kicked it, Matt Ramirez. And, discovered it down around his feet.
Way to go, Matt.
Two and a half left. 3rd down and 8.
We're going to get a shot.
No gain. It'll be 4th down. Timeout taken now by Dinuba. clock is continuing to run. They lost about 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's when and like I said, first game, you got to learn those things. After this down, we want a timeout. That's when you tell your side judge there, or excuse me, your flank official. After this timeout, after this play, we want a timeout.
He should probably tell the scoreboard now to put about 5 seconds back on the clock, because the official was waving his arms and signaling the timeout. And they did. They put 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So it's up to 2:05 from 1:55. Yeah, Vince, I must explain, you're blocked from the scoreboard I'm looking at that has all the timeouts. Dinuba is out of timeouts. Low snap. Punt is away. Taken on the run by Campbell at the 45. To the far side. Inside the 40, now to about the 30.
$1:54 to go. Magana magic we have yet.
No timeouts. So this is a Lithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10. Pass incomplete, intended for Amador.
Trying to hit the seam route. Strike quick.
Second and 10 for Josh Magana, the quarterback.
Got him.
Swing pass out of the back.
Wide open.
Maeve inside the 10. Stopped the clock with 1:44 to go.
Wide open. Nobody had him coming out of the backfield. That's good chalk right here. It's a simple swing. You see the blitz coming. So, vacated linebacker. Nobody was there.
In the Toyota red zone now from the 8, 1st and goal. Complete, breaking a tackle down near the goal line, out of bounds at the 1. That's Josiah Reyes. Or is that, yeah, that's Reyes.
Yeah.
And another injured player.
And I thought they might have had him, but.
Yeah, he worked to get down to the 1, that's for sure.
Is that Quentin Jackson, I believe? Right there, missed tackle.
Yeah, there's Johnson, number 5. Quentin Johnson made the hit. Right there. And he's the player who's down. Maybe a shoulder area?
I think so. Well, stinger. Would be my best guess. But look who's knocking, Dinuba.
Something to be encouraged about. Remember, we told you last week Dinuba had a 21-point lead and ended up losing. And here they're trying to come back from a 21-point deficit. And they're within 10 now. Pass incomplete in the end zone, intended for Amador. 3rd and 1. 3rd and goal from the 1. And we saw they didn't have much luck the last time they tried to run down here.
And like I said, I think when they boot, Magana just kind of finds time. He's got to get his shoulders forward, get parallel to the line of scrimmage, start putting pressure on that defense. The quarterback is usually the guy that's unaccounted for down here. Everybody's in man. Well, there's not a guy guarding the quarterback necessarily. And if they roll him out where he gets forward lean and puts pressure on the defense, that might be okay.
Pass.
And we got the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drake
over the top.
The defender, the receiver.
And we saw this in the last time, too. Well, 1st and goal at about one. The referee takes one step, and that can't be 3rd. It's got to be 1st.
First and goal from the 1.
There we go.
I mean, maybe you could sneak it if you want to run, but...
Well, they don't run the ball well at all.
Ooh, dangerous pass.
Very dangerous.
Clearly picked off.
Very dangerous, and I'm not sure what the route was or what the throw was, but that was like I said, Magana can get a little careless at times. And there's a perfect example. I'm not sure what that was.
Second and goal.
Got to be in sync, Ralph.
Yeah. And
there we go. Yeah.
The keeper takes it in.
Yeah, they should be using him a lot more with his legs. I said that earlier. A lot more with his legs.
So Magana with the touchdown. It's a Porta Subs touchdown. And his line was some push, but he found an opening and shot right into the end zone. (28-24). And they'll go for the single extra point kick.
Nice snap. Great hold. Whatever the hold was, great hold. Well, here we go.
I believe that's Jose Breceda, 45, who was the holder.
Great hold.
1:29 to go. It's a 3-point game. Didn't see this coming.
Didn't see this coming at all. So if you're Dinuba, you've got to look at this game and go, really? I mean, half their fans cleared out. They've gotten their Taylor hot dogs and they're on their way back to Dinuba.
Yeah, you brought my attention to that.
Yeah, look at that across the way.
Clear out.
They've all cleared out.
Students are still there, and I'm sure the parents are still there.
A couple of parents of the students. Other than that, everybody else left for Dinuba. Going to get themselves some Wimpies and head on back.
I have not tried Wimpies.
I didn't either yet. Last year was too crowded.
I saw it
after the game.
I was down there earlier this week. Thought there had to be a story about this place. Kickoff sponsored by JR Sports.
They're going to do it again. Now, I don't understand this.
Look at this.
You don't have any timeouts.
Uh-oh. Cuts back. Look out.
There it is.
Only the kicker.
Yep.
And he takes him down outside the 20.
Okay, why are we kicking? Why aren't we onside kicking? Ralph, explain that. I don't get this at all. With the 40-second clock now.
Well, let's enjoy this return by
Yeah. And he's been a return specialist.
Because he just found another gear there.
Yeah.
And then when he cut inside, that got him a lot more yardage.
What a great save by the kicker. Good job there. that? 18.
Cesar Lopez is the kicker, and he took him down, saved the touchdown.
Yeah.
And Aguilar said, how did he bring me down?
All you have to do is take a knee now. Get his victory offense. Why wouldn't you kick it onside? Just when you think you've seen it all. Something like that. This guy can run. He's got some bona fide juice. Now remember, there's a 40-second clock now in high school football. I mean, they give one more of these, it's pretty much over. You're going to have to explain now why you wouldn't try the onside kick that you've already gotten, almost had another one.
Mm-hmm. Well, they almost got the ball when they kicked it deep that time, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I was saying.
Got down there on it, and it was a scramble for the ball.
Well, this should be it.
Rangers don't have to run another play. The final seconds will tick off. And Kevin Sharton will begin his Redwood head coaching career with a victory. (28-25), that's the final, and these two longtime friends and colleagues.
Yeah, there they are. It's all in the family right now. It is all in the family.
Still waiting for the head coach here. See, and there's one of his former players. There's Turkey in there. Johnny Garcia.
Rico played for him. Benton, Braze.
He left virtually all of his assistants behind at Dinuba, taking the offensive line coach, but that's it.
This is something special right now. And like you said, Ralph, I'm sure both coaches are glad this is over.
And there's the head coach there, the last one.
Yep. U.S. Open buddies. Family, friends, etc., etc., etc.
And they're glad this one is over. Tonight's fourth quarter has been sponsored by Midland Tractor. Team Midland keeps you growing with solutions. Welcome to the postgame wrap-up, sponsored by 5150. Let's send it downstairs to the winners with Kevin Miller.
All right, I'm here with the winners of Game 1 of Season 10, the Redwood Rangers! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Coach Sharton, first of all, do we need to take a deep breath in?
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Kind of blow it out a little bit?
Well, the color of my hair.
All right, you're good, man. You're good. So, first game evaluation. How about defensively, your evaluation?
Man, our defense played absolutely awesome tonight. If I'm not mistaken, I think we held them to negative yards in the first half and no points. So outstanding defensive effort tonight.
All right, defense. Way to go. And then offensively, you had some nice moments. Eval there.
Offense, we got in a couple good rhythms, but we stubbed our toe there a couple times. I think in the second half, we could have played a little bit better and kept our defense off the field, and I think that's what kind of affected us, is that our defense was just on the field too much on the second half. But, we pulled through and we kept our poise up, and it was a great first win.
Got the dub in Game 1. Way to go, Rangers. Oh, yeah. And it was a collective effort for sure, but we have a Mr. Cool player of the game, and that goes with 3 touchdowns. Running back number 11, Mr. James Richardson. Is it okay if we say Big Game James? Is it too early? I don't know. Maybe it's too early. All right, Big Game. Hey, what are your goals for this team?
This goal, we're going to execute every play. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
How about for this season? What are you guys looking to do this year?
Try to be 10-0.
All right.
10-0, yeah.
Undefeated? Well, hey, you're 1-0 right now. Can we award Big Game James Richardson Player of the Game, Mr. Cool? That's for you. And then he's not the only one going away with hardware, y'all. Our Season 10 winners of Game 1 goes to the Redwood Rangers. Channel 59, Les Schwab, victors. Give it up for Redwood. Ralph, B-Dub, woo, 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 woo. Back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. They do love to win these games, the TV games. I was talking to them about being on TV, and some of them were a little nervous about it.
Right.
They were excited, but they kind of thought, everybody gets to see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. When's the last time we've been to Redwood? It was Redwood and Mount Whitney, and it had to be about 5 years ago.
Yeah, Cowhide game.
Yeah, Cowhide game.